actually like that countdown. I don't know why. The music's kind of cool, man.
That countdown is awesome.
Look, I know you can replace it. I know you can add something and make different things. I haven't.
Absolutely. I did marketing for a long time. Like you can definitely, but I'm gonna tell you that was the ultimate countdown because
I liked it. It's simple.
It's not only is it simple, but you know what I mean? People overcomplicate things today. And that just said everything it needed to me in 30 seconds.
Right. Try to spend 30 minutes, an hour making an intro video clip.
Exactly. Exactly. Why do that?
Well, people do. And look, I'm all for it, man. If people got the talent to do it and the time, knock yourself out. But the simple people like us, we do whatever comes with this stuff, right?
It takes so much time, so much of your energy. And like I did marketing for a while, and it was like I would put all this effort right into making these ads for these businesses, and it was so undervalued that I would spend hours modifying one segment of a film, and they're like, "Oh, we don't care,"
Right.
It's like, wait, what?
Especially like I don't mind obviously the high end stuff, where the detail they put into it is impressive, right? They'll go by frame, and they'll go into pixels,
absolutely,
and they'll draw this intricate stuff in pixels, and I'm like, that's impressive, but who has time for that, right?
Exactly, and it takes 4 or 5 different software platforms to really. It was crazy to me. It's just unbelievable how much time I wasted for people that just didn't appreciate that kind of thing. But, simplicity is I believe that's where it's at. It's just
if they appreciate it, that's great, right? But if they don't, yeah, exactly. Why waste your time for somebody that doesn't appreciate it, right?
Now,
I only work in hit film, and I'm even having to relearn that because it's been so long since I've actually did anything in hit film of any consequence. When I first had Hit Film Express, I did a video. It was called 8-Bit Arn Raw versus G-Man, and it took me 4 days or so to make that particular video. And I'm like, I only got a couple thousand views. I made nothing off of it, obviously. It was fun, but it's just that was a lot of work.
I remember when I was trying to stream, do a live video, where I can invite people, before YouTube and stuff allowed it. I had to use all these third-party applications, and I remember it being so hard to host anything. I was like, screw this. And that's why I followed you, Steve. I was like, Steve will figure it out.
Exactly. I'll hook people up. People ask why I'm black and white. You know what? The reason why I'm in black and white is because at night the color here is off. It's just the camera off. The bulbs are this orange type color, and I don't like it at all. It's creepy. It's just I don't like it, and so it makes me look like Trump or something. And so
oh my god! Right? I hope it's not that yellow. No.
Yeah, it's bad, right? Like Orange Man on YouTube. So I was like, you know what? I like the grayscale. I think it's fine,
for sure. No, actually, it looks really solid. I was like, that looks pretty good.
So
and with your coffee cup, it just does it in. It adds that.
This happens to be a Slimming Fast herbal tea. That's blackberry.
All right, you know what? You're putting me to shame. I'm drinking a Voodoo Ranger, which is a new IPA.
Ooh, single malt or double? This is what I'm drinking.
This is what I'm drinking.
Yes, I open. I'm barbaric. I open from the bottom.
Look at this alcohol percentage on a beer.
Was it 9%? Damn, for a double IPA. Or is that's
now check out this logo.
Yeah, that's some serious stuff. That's a double IPA?
So this is not a double IPA. It's a New Belgium.
Mm-hmm. Like a wheat beer?
It's a weedy, hoppy beer.
Right.
And they have different flavor. They have a couple. They have what they call Juice Force. This one happens to be an Imperial. They call it. Now, do you know what an Imperial IPA is? Because I have no idea.
Isn't it from India or something?
I have no clue.
I think all IPAs are from India, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right because actually one of the IPAs I actually got from the store, it did say made in India, so it's funny that you say that.
That's what the I stands for, right? India.
Oh, oh wow, I'm in India. Okay, see, I told you. Don't get too complicated on me, Steve.
I'm too lazy to Google. I'm too lazy to Google tonight. We'll go over the stream's kind of about tonight, but give me a second. But I'm too lazy to Google, so I have an assistant that does this for me. So watch this. This is how my assistant works.
All right, Joe Rogan. No,
Alexa, what does IPA stand for?
IPA can stand for 1. International Phonetic Alphabet.
No.
International Police Association.
No.
3. Isopropyl alcohol.
No.
4. Isophthallic acid.
No.
5.
Yeah, it's India Pale Ale is what it is. Yeah.
Phonetic alphabet. 7.
Alexa, stop.
Here's why so many people, right? They come on your show with all these opinions.
Yeah, Alexa doesn't get one though.
Alexa doesn't get one.
Oh man, yes, India Pale Ale.
This is a great start.
Somebody said the Earl Grey. I like Earl Grey. I do. I mostly have chamomile, but I've got some really good. It has lavender in it. I believe it or not, it's actually a lavender. Which is, you think you wouldn't be that great, right? The smell of lavender, but it's actually a lavender type tea with eucalyptus and spearmint and mint, and it's really freaking good. This one, like I said, is just a blackberry. It's called Slim Tea Blackberry with herbal supplements. 100% natural product, and they're really good. Or you can say it's a condom. I don't care, whatever you think it is.
No. Now, is that soothing, or is that more like soothing, or does it have any caffeine in it, or no?
These probably do have a minimal amount of caffeine, not very much, but they are soothing. I mean, so I have one called Digest. That's like digestive something that's really good too. So I just like tea at the end of the night. I come home and.
Yeah, no, you work hard. I've got to tell you, all these years I've been watching you, which has been, by the way, many years. I want to say it's been, oh gosh, correct me if I'm wrong, probably 5 or 6 years. Have you been going at it that long?
Oh yeah, I started this channel March of 2013.
Yeah, you had me on as a guest a long time ago as a business. I went on as to talk about business a while ago, and it was just such a pleasure to be on the show, and there were so many knowledgeable people.
I have a lot of smart friends. That's
you very much do.
I collect smart people. I mean, I have dumb people around me too. No offense, audience, but there's some dumb ones out there.
Yeah, of course.
You can't all be winners, okay?
No, you can't. You can't.
But for the most part, I do try to collect the more intelligent people. They're the ones that watch consistently.
Well, I remember the first time, and I was joking with you. The first time I left a comment on your. I forget if it was on your Facebook page or where it was, but I left a comment, or no, was it part of your debate community? Because at the time I was running like a very casual debate community, but I was on your debate community and I loved it. And I commented, and a couple people, I mean, they shot me. I forget.
Did you ask me to be a mod for a debate?
I did. Yeah. One time I did ask you. Yep. Because
I remember helping out. I remember going in there.
What happened was I only had 1,000 or so followers, but at the time I asked because I just couldn't do it anymore. It wasn't my call.
It's a lot more difficult than it seems.
It was a lot more difficult.
People don't understand the struggle.
Yes, it's very real. It got very real very quickly. I had a lot of trolls. I had a lot of things going on, and I didn't know how to handle it. And I was like, I need Steve or somebody very intelligent. And because when I went on yours and I had commented, nice, Indian Pale Ale. Yep. Alexa messed that up.
Well, I think she eventually said it, but Alexa, what is IPA beer?
According to Wikipedia, India Pale Ale is a hoppy beer style with India Pale Ale. Yeah.
There we go, Alexa.
Watch this though. Alexa, stop. Alexa, what's an atheist?
Atheist is a noun meaning a person who denies or disbelieves the existence of a supreme being or beings.
Alexa, what's atheism?
According to Wikipedia, atheism, in the broadest sense, is an absence of belief in the existence of deities. Less broadly, atheism is a rejection of the belief that any deities exist. In an even narrower
it's citing Wiki now. It used to cite something else. But,
so, Steve, what's the difference between atheism and being an atheist? Is there a difference?
Alexa, stop. Well, atheism is the position with respect to the proposition, right? An atheist is somebody who has that position. Alexa, stop. Gosh, once she gets going, man, I'm swear to God, she's going to get self-aware one of these days.
She's worse than my ex, Steve.
Oh, my God. Alexa, wait. Never mind. Alexa, forget what I just said.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, you don't should know that. So yeah, atheism is the position on, and the atheist is the person who has that position. Now, anyways, real quick, why we're having the stream. So, anyways, I streamed last night with StreamYards and I kind of liked it. And so I was like, maybe I'm going to try doing a stream a day for like 30 days in October, right? Right? Why not?
Right.
And since I'm number one in the grifties, I'm going to use it to my advantage and I'm going to get some grift out of it, I guess. So I'm trying to do. Yeah, why not, man? I'm shit. I mean, I could use extra money during the season and I want to be entertaining. So I'm like, I'm like, seriously, probably the only YouTuber that sucks at self-promotion. This has been a long-standing thing. People know this. I'm not even messing with you guys. This is true. I suck at it. I fully realize this. So I'm like, well, shit. If I'm number one on the grifties right now, might as well use it to my advantage. So my whole goal this whole stream is $10. $10. So yeah, I've earned that spot in the number one grifties. At least I've grifted something. I mean, $10. It's it. So I'll stream if I get $10 or I get something like a $10 membership, because I had that last night. Somebody became a member. Laura became a member. She's the devoted hole. Yeah, not devoted hoe. We figured that out. Devoted hole. Although I was really laughing my ass off last night because somebody had got to the $10 Patreon level, or $10 membership level, which is devoted hole. And I said, hey, I got a new devoted hoe.
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't. It just slipped. And I'm thinking, hey, for somebody who has an atheist sex cult, that works really well. That works really well. So, I mean, so here I am. I'm going to be streaming tonight for $10 in super chats or memberships or whatever, and we'll see how it goes. Anyways, streaming live, IPA, Ingenuity Pathways Analysis. That's the only thing it ever meant to my brain. How the hell did you come up with that? Who the hell? What?
Well, Steve, I'm going to become a member. I have some things fiscally going on, but I promise you, I will be a very good Patreon.
Yeah. I've got the link in the live chat there, so people want to join. Come on in. I'm going to pin it right now, actually. So
absolutely.
There's a free for all. We're going to have some fun tonight.
Thanks for having me, Steve. By the way,
no worries. I was having fun last night. I was like, just hanging out. So IPA. What are we going to? I can think of a lot of things for IPA, but Ingenuity Pathways Analysis is definitely not one of them. Intravenous penile accessory or something. I don't know, because that seems to be a big thing. People like the word penis for some reason. I don't know. It's been real popular lately. IPA. Trying to think of what other it could possibly stand for. Integrated Personal Assistant. Hey, there you go.
That was good. That was good.
And the new hole. No. New hole is for the. If you want to become a member of the channel, you get the cool little green name. It returns green. It's new hole. Curious hole, devoted hole, curious hole, devoted hole,
devout hole,
yeah, devout hole, and then devout hole is the second highest, and the highest is U-hole supreme.
U-hole supreme.
Yeah,
it sounds like Taco Bell, Steve.
Yeah, Laura, there's Laura right there. She became a member last night.
Can I get a T3?
Okay, there's the newest member, and that was so live entertainment last night because I'm like, okay, we got a new hole. Well, I actually a devoted hole. I was talking. People, what's so funny is my laugh is legit. What the hell's alarms going off?
Mine is embarrassing. My laugh is embarrassing. So like when I come on and I'm laughing, it's like it's embarrassing. It's like a wheeze and then like a cough. And then if you could shit, vomit, and throw your back out at the same time, you're getting old.
Alexa, turn off alarm. God, I have weird alarms at times, but I know what we can talk about real quick. So let me get some stuff out of the way because it's going to be donuts for drama.
Sure.
If you're entertained, donate. So I can grift my $10, and I might.
Somebody,
do $10
please give this man.
Well, don't do it too early because I'll stop the stream once I make the $10.
Well, we got to go up to 20 then, Steve.
Well, that'll be next week. I might do I might do like $10 for this week, and then next week might go for 20. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm new to this thing. I'm new to grifting. I've already got number one, and I've already put it out there.
Hey, I miss your rum night. Where's rum night at?
We are having a rum and coke night. Yes, my roommate been bugging me for rum and coke.
Because let me tell you, rum and coke night. That's the first time I met you. I loved rum and coke night.
Rum and coke night. We are going to planning one. My roommate definitely wants one. If and when, which I'm going to win the grifties, me, Molly Golightly, and Charlotte on the web have all agreed to go at the same time. Excuse me, at the same time to go pick up the award.
Just tell me how much I have to donate for a rum and coke night. I'm in.
Oh just bring a drink. No, you don't need shit. Just bring a drink. That's the only thing that you need.
I brought a drink tonight, which you told me was good. Which is how we started out our IPA covers. Which, by the way, I actually learned something.
You didn't know what IPA stood for? I knew it was Indian Pale Ale. I just couldn't.
Well, I knew it was Indian Pale Ale, but I didn't know that it was actually derived from that. Like, I didn't know it was derived. You know what I mean?
Indian Pale Ale Company. They're
actually, it's interesting because this company did like a New Belgium Indian Pale Ale, which was interesting. It was pretty cool.
I would drink that. I like the wheat beers. I like the Heist and White.
They did a really good job marketing themselves. Like, if you see
that is cool. Yeah,
isn't that cool?
Yeah, I like that kind of imagery and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah,
things like that sell.
That's exactly what happened. I picked it up. I told my brother about it, and next thing you know, like, we're all having one, and then my aunt's too deep, and she's falling over at my birthday party.
Deep. Yeah, well, no, I've got a Dakota in the fridge. It's a pint and 8 ounces. So a pint is 20. Oh God, I suck at conversion.
All right, Steve, don't do this to me.
I think a pint's 26 ounces.
26 ounces.
Is it right?
No, you're false.
I thought it was.
No, I'm kidding. I have no idea. Ask Alexa.
Alexa, how many ounces in a pint?
1 pint is 16 fluid ounces.
See, we were way
it's not 26,
off.
16. All right, so it's 6. All right, here we are. So 16 fluid. That makes sense. 16 fluid ounces plus 8 ounces. So it's 1 pint and 8 ounces. So it's 26 ounces. That's what it is.
Yep.
It's 26 ounces total because it's 16 ounces for the pint and 8 ounces above that. So I have a 26-ounce Dakota in the fridge, and
so like a growler.
I'm done with those. I mean, if I have one, I'm just going to pass out.
Yeah,
I'm a lightweight, so.
No, I actually should be a lightweight. You would think, they say liver failure does things to you. I just keep on trucking. No, I'm kidding.
You have 2 lobes on your liver, so I guess one could take over for the other.
Exactly. You have 2, Steve. Are there 2 livers or one?
One liver, but it has 2 lobes, right? Because I remember they could take like one part of the lobe out and give it to somebody else.
Does it really?
Yeah, there's 2 lobes, and you can live with this one half of it. So liver can be sliced. You get one lobe and give it to somebody else, and they can take it as a liver donation.
Well, that explains why I keep going.
You got backup. It's redundancy. The Japanese beer is called Sapporo, actually, and I actually love Sapporo Japanese beer. I grew up drinking, actually. The beers when I grew up, yes, I drank as a child. I'm sorry. My parents had a bar downstairs that my dad built, and he would, if you were drinking with the parents, you could drink, but he would, give me a taste of scotch that I hated because it was Jameson's or Cuddy Shark, and they were crap. It wasn't until much later on in life that a friend of mine, Gonzalo, sent me some real scotch, and it was really good. So I now only going to drink Johnny Walker Black, maybe Glenlivet 12, or something like that, because Cuddy Shark was just nasty. But anyways, so the beers I grew up with, like when I was in high school, we would sneak a beer. It was Japanese Sapporo, Old English 800, Colt 45, I think. And, and Schlitz malt liquor occasionally, or we had Corona. But yeah, Japanese beer was Sapporo, and I really like Sapporo. Jameson is not all right. Jameson, who said that? April, really? Do you like Jameson? I'm not a Jameson fan. Again, I don't know. It's a certain.
So I'm Irish, right? So I'm expected to be able to drink Jameson.
Irish. We're Irish.
We're Irish. So I'm expected to be able to drink Jameson, and I'll tell you something. Jameson is, I don't know. I'm wondering if that was part of the prohibition.
I don't know. I don't know, because I'm not a huge Jameson.
You know what they call stomach rot? No.
Oh yeah, of course, Mad Dog 2020. Yes. Has it come up here? Here we go. Mad Dog 2020. We had that, which is, by the way.
Yep, I've drank that.
And by the way, it's not even Mad Dog. MD stands for something else, which is the name of the company. But Mad Dog 2020 High School Boone's. Oh, I love Boone's Farm. Oh,
absolutely.
Boone's Farm was supreme. $10 30 packs, and I lived in the hood, Scots Irish. The only thing I wouldn't drink was Thunderbird, because Thunderbird
was like the natty daddy.
Yeah. Thunderbird. Okay, so those who don't remember Thunderbird, you can go to 7-Eleven and they would have on the counter Thunderbird, and basically this was a residual of winemaking. So whatever was left over when making wine, all the crap that was just the byproduct of the distillery and all that crap, they put it, and it's a clear liquid called Thunderbird, and it might as well just be drinking like I don't know, kerosene. It's just nasty. It's so nasty. It's matter of fact, it smells like kerosene. So yeah, Thunderbird is the most horrible thing on the planet. So, anyways, hi Brandon.
Hey Steve, what's going on?
Oh yeah,
A little too loud. Sorry.
Yeah, a little too loud. Yes, but you're excited though. Good to see you, my friend. The beard's shaping up nicely.
Ah, thanks.
Yes. You want so? How about we talk about some donos for drama stuff?
Nice to meet you, Brandon. By the way.
Drama shit. What's up? What's going on, man?
All right. So, a couple things been, I guess, going on. I've been trying to follow stuff as best I can. I gotta tell you, most of it I don't like give a crap about. But Aaron had a really good video the other day. You guys remember Aaron? EKC people suck. EBIT, yeah. We just call it EBIT. Yeah. EBIT. The entitlement translator. And she was doing a review, which, by the way, are very good. If you haven't checked out her channel, go check out Aaron's channel. She has very good reviews. And I'm going to be doing a review, next week. Side track real quick. I just watched not too long ago a video by Matt Dillahunty, and I actually agreed with him. It was actually a good video. That's scary. That's scary. So I'm gonna do a review of it because I'm like, yeah, I actually mostly agree with him on this. So don't think that I just crap on Matt Dillahunty to crap on Matt Dillahunty. He actually had a video that I was agreeing with, which is weird. But I'm gonna do a review on that. But anyway, sidetrack. So she did a review on nonsense on the web, and this person, nonsense on the web, in my opinion, take it for what it's worth, is a moron. I don't know how to put it. I mean, I don't know how to put it. I mean, it's just,
I'm sorry, Steve.
There's no other words that describes this person in any capacity that really justifies, because she's a moron. And she's just promoting these Katie Joy narratives, and she's just harming this family of the Von McRae family and Letitia, and then sitting back and just going, why isn't Molly Gold Lightning standing up for these people? Why is the moderators? Where's this? And all it is her and this other person perpetuating all this stuff. And so Aaron pointed this out very astutely. It's like, look, the only people that are perpetuating this, the only people that are causing problems are you, nonsense on the web. You're putting out stuff that's just absolutely ridiculous, and you're putting out personal information about people. She was putting out personal information about Letitia. Have you followed this, Michael?
Oh, it's almost doxing in a sense.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's hard to say whether it's doxing or not, but it's personal, unrelated information. The core of the story, again, and I wasn't following it too much, and it's tangential, but I have a lot of people that I do care about that are involved in it.
Yeah.
And they're passionate about it. It was supposed to be justice for Vaughn, right? It was about him, the actual victim of everything, the person who's sitting in a coma. It was about him. Why is people giving a shit about Letitia's loans for cars and bringing that up and dragging that out? What the hell does that have to do with anything? You people are sick be doing this stuff.
I've had it happen. It's terrible.
So have I. You don't think people have done background checks on me?
Oh God, Steve, I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
The people that the Intellivision, what are they called? Intellus, is that what it is? Or whatever. They have probably made more money off me than anybody on the planet. How many people have done background checks on me? But here's the thing.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I've got a full copy of my background report because I do loss prevention. You don't think that they don't do a thorough background report?
Oh God, yeah.
Wow.
So that was my take on that. I was just really mortified when I was seeing some of this stuff, and I just wanted to get that out because nonsense pissed me off. Only for the fact that she was trying to portray herself as, I'm open and honest, and I will have talk about the issues and blah blah blah. And hey, Steve, somebody sent me this. Wait, I take it back. Nobody sent me it. There's other reasons why I was watching this, so I did watch it. So nobody did send me this, but there's a part where she says something like, hey, Steve, if you do watch this, reach out to me, kind of stuff. We'll have a conversation. So I'm like, okay. And I did. I was like, yeah, okay. I'm reaching out to you, nonsense on the web. Talk to me because, as much I really, love talking about Katie, I guess. And the very next day, she's like, oh, I must have been in a good mood. I retract that. I don't want to talk to you. I'm like, you're a coward and you're dishonest. Just straight up. That's it. I called your bluff and I wasn't bluffing. And they've had a full retraction on that. No, I don't want to talk to you now. You coward.
Oh, my God.
And by the way, this is an open hangout. She can come in, but she's not going to come in. Come on. Jake S. Campbell has got to pass out. You got to pass out? I got to pass out. I just want to say what's up. Okay.
So, Steve, I think you should make it clear right after they give you the $10, you're not just going to disconnect.
No, I'm not going to. No. I'm going to go for at least an hour. I want to see if I can.
There we go.
Give $10 for an hour's worth of work, right? entertainment. So I see these content creators are making $500 an hour. I'm like, wow. I mean, okay, cool. But I mean, I made, like I said, I made $10 last night. So if I made $10 a night, it's worth it. I mean, it's just to have fun. I mean, obviously it's not like people are going to retire off of it, but it's Christmas money, man. It's coming this season. I'm going to go shopping tomorrow for a little bit. I'm going to get some stuff and me some stuff because I have a day off. And I was like, you know what? I deserve something to buy myself because I got people. I said last night, the last thing I bought myself was a necklace and a knife. So I'm like, yeah, I guess I don't know.
You don't come off to me as the type that's like, really going out there with an Amex, just blowing it all.
It's so funny. I got my American Express right here. It has zero balance.
Exactly.
Zero balance.
Exactly.
The reason I use my American Express is I get 3-time points and 5-time points on food and other things, and so I use it for hotel points.
Well, I haven't seen any pictures with you next to a Rolls Royce, so.
Oh God, no! I don't even have a car. I don't even have a car. People know this. I take public transportation. I'm frugal.
You're very fiscally responsible.
Well, it seems to me it seems to me that there was a lot of money in being a drama merchant because that's what a lot of people are doing.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And that's one of the I don't want to get demonetized. I'm just trying to refrain from cursing. But because I mean, all my videos most of them are yellow. But it's just like the thing is this, Brandon. These channels that outright harm people because they want to have views and they'll put out the most bullshit information for views. I have absolutely no respect for them whatsoever. That drama for donos is disgusting. It's morally egregious to me. At least here, I'm trying to put out the best information I can and my opinion, which everybody's allowed to. If you want to put out your opinion on something, fine. Submit 5 hours
which is one of the things I love about you. Yeah, I ask you all the time, what does this mean? What does that mean? Because for instance, I identify as an agnostic, but today I got into a debate with my mother. She tried telling me being an atheist was the same as agnostic, and I'm like, no. So what I said, Stephen, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a theist, but I said, no, I don't believe either way is what I told her. I said, I'm not sure if there is or if there isn't, but I said I'm okay either way. If it's not
some papers use the word sure, and I'm against that because surety invokes different connotations. To me, it's straightforward. It's somebody who believes neither proposition. You don't believe God exists. You don't believe God does not exist. That's agnostic. Yeah. And that's ubiquitous in the literature. That's not me making anything up. That's just normative. You go read any paper.
That's why I ask because I really don't know.
Some of them will say sure. An agnostic is somebody who's not sure, therefore believes neither. But I don't like that. I don't use it that way. It's non-descriptive to me because surety invokes a sense of a little bit more certitude than required. I mean, there's certain things that, like for example, I'm convinced that there's some kind of life outside of the earth, right? Some kind of life out there in the universe.
I am too. Right. I am too.
Right. Am I sure of this? No. But I have such a belief to a degree that may not be surety that warrant the belief that I don't just suspend judgment on that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a really good way of describing because I never knew how to describe it before. I was like, yeah, I don't really know. That's how I always said it. Like, I was like, there's 7,400 religions out there. I made that up, but, I'm like, I'm not sure, why is yours the right one if you haven't studied them all is what I always say.
And it's so funny. That's kind of what the something along the lines of the review I'm going to do for Matt. Logic Kyle says, Steve's going to hate it, but I'm agnostic atheist. I'm going to do my Gilbert Guthrie interpretation. You're a fool!
Steve, what's agnostic atheist?
Meaningless drivel that most people would never use if they understood philosophy better.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's incoherent. It's there's no schema in the world that I can develop that I've tried to make it.
Does that mean they're not sure, but they are leaning more towards they don't believe?
It means anything they want it to mean. I've seen it. I literally wrote so many blogs on it, and one of them I came up like I think 12 different things it could mean. That's a lot. That's ambiguous. So it's just nonsense to me.
Actually, I believe you're the first person that helped me come to the realization that I was agnostic because I actually felt guilty my whole life. But I really didn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I don't know, and I think that's okay.
You don't have to know. Again, knowledge doesn't require knowledge doesn't require certainty, or belief doesn't require knowledge either.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've studied. I'm not a scholar, but I have read the Quran. I've read the Holy Bible. I've read, different versions of the Bible. Have you read anything about Gnosticism, like Gnostic with a G? Like yes, yep. I don't know much about it, but I have read. I've seen the term. I've read about it, but I don't know or fully understand it.
Yeah, it is interesting. But so I just started reading into a couple months ago. But it's real simple as this. I mean, the easiest way to look at this stuff, if you ever want to read the literature and understand what the paper is written to describe, it's just simple. If you believe there's no God, that's atheist. If you believe that there is a God, that's theist. If you have no position either way, that's agnostic. Simple as that. You don't have to put any of these modifiers on. You don't have to
So what is the Gnostic?
A Gnostic is completely irrelevant. A Gnostic was somebody who actually ascribed to Gnosticism, which was around the 1st and 4th century, just after the Hellenistic period of Greece. They don't exist any longer for the most part. I mean, they're just...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the word people conflate Gnostic with agnostic, thinking there's some kind of relation. There isn't. They're non-related. Even Wikipedia says don't confuse one for the other. They're unrelated, and the people try to put them related, some kind of relation to make them an epistemic modifier. Which
why do people get so fixated on labels? You know what I mean?
Because I think that they think they're being more precise when they're not realizing they're being more ambiguous, right? And so they're more than welcome to utilize words any way they want and have a schema any way they want. That's fine. I mean, I'm not against that. What I'm against is them saying there's a logical schema that works when there isn't. There's no possible way that I've seen to make a logical schema using those semantic labels coherent. Because they all get reduced. They all get reduced.
Well, I see you scientifically break things down. Like you'll go so-and-so equals blah, blah, blah. Can you break that down for me, Steve, a little bit?
Did you read my paper?
I did, and I understood like very well. To be honest.
That's what everybody wants to hear.
You're very intelligent.
I read your papers, understood nothing. I understood the date.
I understood the date, the time, maybe the heading.
Well, look, the paper is, I tell you what, the paper is intelligible. Right? People said it's unintelligible.
It's very intelligible.
It's definitely legit.
That's why I'm asking you.
But I mean, the symbolism, when you do
how
logic,
do you define God, Steve?
Okay. How do I define God? So I define God. I use my own stipulative usage. So basically, a necessary being that must exist, that from which all contingent things are predicated from, and that can manipulate or change the rules of nature of some kind. Basically, to me, if you're talking about some kind of supernatural being that from which all things must be dependent upon to exist, that has intentionality, some kind of intentional states, I'm going to call that as a God for my papers and things of that nature. So that's just for my usage. When I use the word God, I'm saying there's some being that is of a supernatural origin, or non-natural, that has intentional states, that has the ability to make decisions, that if does not exist, there would be nothing else. Everything is contingent, is based upon that necessary intelligent being with intentional states, or that can control the universe. Like, for example, maybe there's some being that created the universe, but even if that being disappeared and the universe still existed, they can manipulate the forces of nature, like a Roman or Greek god, or even more so, change the fundamental aspects of nature. If you are a being that can change the fine structure constant in this universe, I'm going to call that a god. I mean, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
So what are your thoughts on, like, let me give you an example, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? Like I watch documentaries. Obviously, I'm a normal Joe. I see these things and I'm like, it's like one extreme or the other, right? And like Neil deGrasse Tyson is like, he kind of defines it the same way, and I find that interesting. Like, but what are your thoughts on him and like his work?
I think Neil is obviously a brilliant astrophysicist. I think he tries to be edgy, and sometimes it just doesn't work for him.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think sometimes he comes off corny.
Right. I think it's a little bit over the top. I don't know if he does it on purpose or he just doesn't realize it. I do think he probably is metaphysically an atheist. I believe that he probably does hold the position. There's no such thing as gods, but for political expediency, he'll label himself an agnostic. And he's kind of inferred something along those lines before. So, I'm not going to like sit there and say, yeah, I happen to like, will die in that hill that he's an actual atheist that believes in gods. But from what I gather, if I ever had a talk with,
he's so smart, but Steve, I feel like he was attacked, like, at his peak of his career,
Well, he was. Good night, Lyle.
Good night,
Kyle. Yeah, no, he was. Because again, people want to be divisive, right? And people want to be black and white fallacy. You're either with us or against us. So you're either a Christian or you're against us. You're either an atheist or you're against us. They have really.
Why is it like that?
It's a lot of tribalism, but I think a lot of it is that they want other people to believe the way they believe. They want to have that support, right? And I think that's ubiquitous in religion.
My mom and my grandmother are both Jehovah's Witnesses, and
my brother was.
It's really hard for me. I love them. We got a question. Are you agnostic to Christian God, Steve?
I would probably say that the way the Old Testament God is described, that particular, which would in the Gnostic tradition was probably more along the lines of Loki or Yaldabaoth was the name. I would say that particular God I would believe does not exist. I would not be agnostic on that. I would say I was an atheist to the Old Testament God, the way most of them describe them. I would also be an atheist towards anybody who says there's a hell that people go to and they're going to burn forever. I think that's an argument ad bacillum, which is a fallacy. And I don't think a benevolent, all-powerful, all-knowing, omniscient God was something that did exist. He would not use fallacies to convert people, right? It would not be, hey, like believe this or suffer the consequences. Be convinced of this argument or there's going to be consequences, which is literally argumentum ad bacillum. So that makes no sense to me. And I also believe that in some kind of eternal punishment for something that you do in a temporal state. They often say infinite punishment for a finite crime, and I agree with that. It makes no sense. So I believe that would probably be the case where that particular God doesn't exist. Now, as far as like any other versions of Christianity, I would be agnostic as a whole, I guess. Do I think that Jesus was divine? No, I think Jesus was a man. I'm not a mythicist. I do believe that Jesus did exist, historically speaking. But do I think he was the son of God or of God? No, of course not. If I did, I'd be Christian, right? I mean, that's pretty self-evident. If you don't believe Christ is God or the son of God, then you really, what would you call yourself Christian?
I always had a hard time with that, even following the religion, right? Because a lot of people call Jesus Lord. And I always found that interesting because good night, F Bear.
Good night, F Bear. Good night, Showing Angel.
But I always found that interesting because it literally says, if you read the Christianity version of just the regular Holy Bible, Jesus says, worship my Father, not me, right? Like, pray through me, obviously, but like there were two separate levels, right? And so the Trinity actually, I found, is not mentioned anywhere in the Bible.
Yeah. Well, the Trinity did come around to, again, I'm not a theologian.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, but I think there's a lot of misinterpretation.
Well, there was a lot of interpretation of what the Trinity meant, from my understanding. Again, not an area that I have an interest in. But what I recall is that Trinity really didn't come around to the Council of Nicaea, which was like the 5th century, wasn't it? So like 430 something AD.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Hebrew transcripts missing.
Yeah, they decided what they're going to include, what they're not going to include, how they're going to interpret the Trinity, whether there's going to be mysticism, what's it called, Mysterianism, whether there's going to be modalism. There's a whole bunch of different, variations of Trinity, and they all said, "Hey, look, all these are false, but we're gonna promote this particular one, which nobody could coherently to me describe."
It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I believe the Trinity is nonsense. I do. I'm an agnostic that's anti-Trinitarian.
So also there's we got another comment. Although the earlier Gnostic texts are instructive for current purposes, there's no real way reading Huxley's essays, particularly Science and Religion and Agnosticism.
Well, yeah, because Huxley's, when he wrote those things, he was not using agnostic to have anything to do with the Gnostic text. What he was relating it to was what's called a normative epistemic principle, that you shouldn't believe anything without strong scientific grounding. That's what his position was. That's what agnosticism was in his day, in the 19th century, in the early 20th century. It was basically the position that it was very close to evidentialism and very close to the scientific method, that if you don't have scientific grounding, scientific reasons to accept a certain premise, then you're not justified to believe it. And therefore, he was claiming that, look, atheists are saying there's no gods, theists saying there is a God. Neither of them are justified to hold either position, because neither of them have no scientific basis for their positions. They have no other relating knowledge to even say whether God exists or not. They're outside, their epistemic purview, so to speak. And he didn't have a name for himself. So he was at a party and he basically came up with this thing. Oh, I'm going to call myself agnostic, to kind of represent, because he said he felt like a tiger without a tail or something like that. Like the only person in the room that didn't have anything defining them, because all these other people were going, yeah, God exists. God exists. I'm a Christian. I'm a theist. I'm an atheist. And he's like, well, I'm neither of these things. I'm none of the above. And so that's what agnosticism really was a normative epistemic principle. It's not used that way any longer. Obviously, it's just only in historical reference or archaic usages. Now, agnosticism is the position that you don't have a position on the opposite proposition of God. You just don't hold a position. That's all. So,
now, Steve, do you think that some people need to have a belief? Oh, we got another comment. So, Steve, I was a Patreon on non-sec. If I was in the position to give $10 right now, that. I would. That's very nice.
The thought matters to me. It really does. I do appreciate that. Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I put my thing up there. $10.
Hell yeah.
$10 for late night entertainment, because I'm going to be streaming
you better stream so long tonight. Like, invite some people, Steve. We got to get some people in here.
I don't know anybody any longer, man. I don't know.
Oh, come on, Steve. Don't give me that.
I put it on my Twitter. People are subscribed. They know when I'm
I've known you long enough to know you have a lot of people.
There's like 6 other streams going on right now. So if people,
well, we have to make ours more interesting. Like, give me a controversial topic, Steve.
Hang on. All you do is you ask people in the live chat, can you go spread this video somewhere? Can you go put it on your social media?
Can you guys all spread this? Let's share, like.
Yes.
Steve, did you share?
We're having a show about spreading.
Steve, did you share?
I did share, yes. Yes, I did share, yes. This is why people think,
I will share, actually.
This is why people think I have an atheist sex cult. I changed on my social media. So
Steve, it's not letting. No, I'm just kidding. I got it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yes. Thank you. Like I said, I was just going to talk about some stuff that just.
All right, Steve, I posted, so all my friends are. No, I'm kidding.
All 2 of them.
All 2 of my friends.
What was the other thing? I talked about nonsense of the web. Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to bring up with this whole Michelle person. This Michelle Goes Live. From what I gather, she did have the police come to her house. I don't know what day it was.
Oh my God.
And I watched these clips, and this is legit. I'm not fronting. This is actually what happened. And then she was saying that it wasn't what happened. And I'm like, okay, you're misremembering, you're having amnesia, or you're just lying. I don't think she's lying. I think she just doesn't remember anything because she's so out to lunch. But this woman, and again, I hate talking about somebody who I clearly can see has mental problems, right? She clearly is not mentally well. But I think maybe by talking about her, we'll let other people know that that they're enabling her, right? I'm not enabling her. I'm not going to her live chats. I'm not doing anything to enable this woman. But I think people should be well aware that this woman is not mentally.
Steve, let's be honest. You've been enabling her.
No, she knows nothing about me. I've never been in her live chat. I don't like people taking advantage of when they're mentally unwell. No. I was kidding.
Yeah,
I've left remember when I kicked out Jesus? What was his name? From the Non Sequitur show, Flat Earth Jesus. Remember I kicked him off the show? I do
remember that. Yep.
And I was like, I can't be a part of this because he was just so far gone. And so this woman, Michelle Goes Live, is just so far gone. She was taking pills on camera and a whole bunch of other stuff. And probably mixing with alcohol because she was getting drunk. I swear to God, I'm not even lying. She was texting on a piece of burnt toast.
Oh my God!
She thought a burnt toast.
Did it have butter?
No, it was dry. That would have been weird if there was butter on it. Come on,
cinnamon, Steve.
That would have been really kind of weird. No, but I mean that's not like texting on a burnt piece of toast isn't weird enough, right? But she was just so out of it. and she's texting on this burnt piece of toast, and then she started texting on this egg, and she thought the egg.
Wait. We're going from toast to eggs.
Well, they go together, don't they? Have you had a good breakfast?
They go very well together.
Right? That's my favorite things, man.
I like mine scrambled. Was this a hard-boiled egg, or what are we talking?
It was in the shell. It was. I don't know if it was hard-boiled or raw.
Oh my god! It was hard-boiled.
She drew a little face on it. I love eggs and toast, man. I mean, I make French omelets. I make sunny side up. I'll saute some onions, and I'll put a little bit of dollop of sour cream on it, and maybe some tomatoes. Oh, I love eggs and toast. But anyways, sidetrack. Making me hungry now. So she's texting on this piece of toast, and then like the next day, she's like, I got the toast out of the garbage, and you can see it's just a toast. And I wasn't texting on it. I was scraping off the dark burnt stuff, which we've all done, by the way. I'm like, but that's not what
I've definitely done that.
Oh, yeah,
I'm guilty.
It's still good. Let me tell you, from somebody who's eaten a lot of bread in my life, once it's got to that burnt phase, you can scrape all your life. I mean, all you want, but it's not going to go back to being that tasty. You could do it and get some use out of it, maybe, but you wouldn't know as well as I do. Once you have burnt toast and you scraping it, it's you might as well make a new piece of toast. Toast is cheap, right? Right. Nowadays
with inflation, Steve, I don't know.
Right, every little bit counts, man. I buy half off bread all the time, man. I stick it in my freezer, then pull it out when I want to eat.
I may as well compare that to my propane bill.
Propane's cheap. Come on.
What?
Propane's cheaper than gas.
No, it's not.
Is it?
Oh no, propane is so expensive. Well, where I am, anyway. I'm in New York.
Oh, everything's expensive in New York, man.
All right, listen, don't pull that card. No,
it's true. Flat in New York, you're paying $2,000 a month for a cardboard box. You know.
Yeah, well, my AC still works, and it's fall. It's 56 degrees.
It's been hot here still. It's still October, but Alexa, what was the high today?
Today, expect a high of 95 degrees.
95 degrees Fahrenheit. So, I mean, it's not as hot as it was, but.
Steve, I'm going to donate $10.
Are you really?
Well, in a minute. We'll talk when we get home.
I'm glad people are entertained. But yeah, so I don't know if people have been following that. Had anybody followed that? Oh, people have been messaging me. Let me check my messages.
Check your messages, Steve. You got a big following.
I see one from you too.
I don't know that one.
I didn't ask you.
I didn't ask you. Steve, am I your worst guest that you've ever had?
Oh no. No.
I've been having a blast with you, honestly.
Everybody knows the worst guest I ever had. I only had one guest in my life.
Did you ever kick off a guest like right away?
I've had a few that I've kicked off. Yeah, it's not very often, but I've had one guest that was so bad at this time it had been 5 years into my YouTube stuff, but only one guest that it was so bad that I literally had to take off my headphones and just talk.
Oh my God.
Because what they were doing was called
trolling? No, I'm kidding.
No, well, it's a form. Yeah, well, seriously, it's a form of trolling, but it's something called bird dogging. It's like I call it bird dogging. Maybe that's not what it's actually called, but I call it bird dogging. It's when you ask somebody something and you talk. Let's say I'm talking to you, like I'm having a conversation with you. Yeah. And I say, hey, what do you think of this tea? Right. So I say, Mike,
I love that tea.
And then as you start talking about this tea, I start interrupting you. Like every time you start getting it down a thought, I interrupt you. You know, and then
that would be annoying.
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
That's my brother. No, I'm kidding. I hope he's not watching.
No, I don't think your mic's working. I mean, it was just bird dogging is when you just keep on interrupting somebody. You know, because you don't want them to have a cogent, coherent thought. You don't. Want them to
know what's sad? I've had that happen with a lot of relatives.
Right. That's pretty sad if they actually
I'm so glad you invited me on. I've had a blast, man. Really.
Somebody asked me for the link, so I'm just going to give the link.
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't know if they're going to join, but they may come to the live
By the way, I invited everybody, and I do have on Facebook. I only have like 1,000 friends or something, but I'm sure some people are going to want to come on.
Yeah, that's fine.
I hope it's nobody I know because I start work tomorrow.
Oh, you got a new job?
I did get a new position. I'm really excited about. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I started.
It's as a finance manager, so I'm.
Oh God, no number stuff. No,
yep,
I don't like
number stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I love what I do now. It's like I said. It's
Did you ever do Darth, Steve? LOL.
Well, people know Darth and I go way back. I mean, I was around when Darth came from.
You could pull it off.
Well, I think they mean Darth Dawkins.
Oh well. Yeah.
Not Darth Maul or anything like that. Thanks. So,
well, now I feel really bad. Now I feel really bad.
He thinks I'm a Sith Lord. Dude,
your guests are just dying at me right now.
Well, and this funniest thing is that some people have argued the Sith are the good people, right? The Sith are the good one, and the
I'm getting eggs thrown at me, Steve.
I think in Star Wars, the Sith and the Force, the Jedi. I think they're two sides of the same freaking thing.
I'm too simple.
Yeah, they're both bad. I think the Force and the Sith are bad, kind of. But when Darth Dawkins came over to the community, he came over from Pal Talk, and a bunch of people were just ripping him to shreds. And so he just does his own thing in Discord. I don't have any interest in Darth Dawkins. He'll never talk to me. He might nowadays because it's been so long since he's got a shit pushed in. But he has a script. See, here's the thing about. I thought you, by the way, Logical Kai. You thought you were going to sleep. But the thing about Darth Dawkins you have to understand is that Darth Dawkins is a living embodiment of what's called the principle of explosion, or aka al falsetto, falsetto. What's the Latin version? How do you say Latin? Anyways, I hate Latin, but it means the principle of explosion. And so he's a walking contradiction. He literally will say two different things. That way he can go down either path. So he'll be like, the sun's shining, the sun's not shining. Oh, you're arguing the sun's not shining? No, I'm arguing the sun's shining. Oh, you're arguing the sun's shining? No, I'm arguing the sun's not shining. And they make arguments for each one. That's how he operates. He's like, choose your own adventure.
Wait, that goes back to my relative, Steve. Same thing. No, I'm kidding.
What are your relatives sound real fun at parties, man?
Take your pick. Any pre-supper will do. Kimmo.
Yeah, they're all the same. Yeah.
Wait, Steve, what does that even mean?
Wait, it's ex falso sequitur cubit. That's what it is. The whole thing is ex falsetto. Ex falso. I'm reading it. Ex falso sequitur. Quite a bit. I think it's actually pronounced. I don't know. I hate French, or Latin, whatever the hell it is. But in principle of explosion, that I definitely I know. But all the precepts sound alike. You're arguing from my worldview. You can't even begin to evaluate reality without presupposing first that the Christian God exists. Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. They all have the same playbook, yeah. Because you got to remember that precept on the internet is not like presuppositionalism that you would find in any kind of academic sense. It's a very, very watered down, distilled version just to basically play a game with people that these preceptors will go in, and they're just messing with people. That's all it is. It's one big troll. It's nothing more than that. Most of them probably have no idea what the hell they believe or care. They're just there to try to shut down people by going, what do you believe? What do you believe? What do you believe? How do you know that? What do you believe? And it's all rhetoric. And there's no actual engagement. There's no actual argumentation. There's no actual dialogue, because presuppositionalism is not an argument. Presuppositionalism has never been an argument. Presuppositionalism is literally just assuming things to be the case and telling everybody else that must be the case. That's it. That's all it is. You presuppose God exists, and it's a fact now, even though it's an axiom that you just decided to take for your own, worldview. But that's not a fact that people have to take. It's not an axiom that people have to take, because why? There's certain axioms I do think people have to take as ingredients for rationality. And I'm not a reformed epistemologist like Plantinga would argue that God is a properly basic belief. I think he's out to lunch on that. And I respect Plantinga for, obviously as a philosopher, but I don't know any atheist philosopher that would say that God is a properly basic belief at all. I mean, maybe some type of basic belief, but certainly not properly basic, Oh, hey, look at this. It's funny you came by the Logic Only Zone. I saw one of your videos pop up the other day. And
Welcome,
I thought the exact same thing. He says, glad you still live around, Steve. I thought the very same thing. I was like, dude, I remember the Logic Only Zone. You were doing some stream, had like 8 viewers or something like that. I know the feeling. But I was like, yeah, hey, still around. Good job. Pop on in. The link to join is in the live chat above. Pop in.
Absolutely.
So that's going back a lot of years. It's so funny. You start talking about old stuff like presuppositionalism, and then you get the logic only zone pop by, which we go way back. That was back in the day, man. That was way before the non sequitur show.
Steve, it's me. I'm bringing the throwbacks. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, do you think that? Do you think that they popped in because you put it in the?
No. I'm kidding. I was kidding.
That would have been kind of cool, actually. But yeah, logic only zone.
Well, now you made me feel really bad. No, I'm kidding.
Ask Alexa where the nearest swinger club is. Well, okay. So here's the thing: if I do this,
Steve's only been trying to get 10, and we give him 100, and he just,
I haven't got 10 yet. I'm still trying to get the $10.
Steve, did you get that 10?
I haven't got anything yet.
All right. We're gonna have to go an hour and a half.
Now I lost my point. Oh yeah. So sex addict. So doesn't Alexa keep track of all the things you ask? It's like some Google person listening and going, that's that guy McCrae. He has some real freaky stuff, man. What the hell? Maybe he is an atheist sex cult leader, man. He asking some weird shit, man. I'll do this. I'm gonna do this for you, but I bet at least get a $2.
Steve, you better ask that Alexa of yours.
I'm gonna ask. But I'm grifting for $10 this stream, okay? I mean, I am.
We need $10. $10.
I'm never one of the grifties, and I can't even get a $2 goddamn super chat. All right,
Steve,
here we go.
Don't worry, I got you.
All right, here we go. Alexa, where's the nearest swingers club?
I found a few nearby options. There's the Vegas State Swingers Club, 178.5 miles away.
178 miles away.
On Cedar Lane. And El Patron nightclub, 4.7 miles away on.
4.7. Okay,
4.7. Steve, you can make that.
I can make that. I can walk that, baby.
On foot.
Yeah. Alexa, what's the closest swingers club?
I found a few nearby options. There's Risque Vegas Estate Swingers Club, 178.5 miles away.
How's that the closest?
1.9 miles away on Cedar Lane.
They don't want to talk about the close ones, Steve.
4.7 miles away on 51.
See, they go to 4.7 now.
1200 Shady Lane.
So, Steve, a question. Any opinion on Dillahunty quitting?
Dillahunty. First of all, I'm still processing the swinger club. I don't know where this is at. Alexa's telling me to go 180 miles.
Alexa wants to reel you. She does what we call reeling you in. It's a sales technique.
I think somebody's paid for this, right? Somebody's paid for that sponsorship.
She's baiting you, Steve. She's baiting you with algorithms.
Yeah, this is weird. Why would you give me two of them, 170 miles away, and the other one 5 miles away? That's weird. Okay.
It's called algorithm baiting. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know anything about this, actually. What happened with Dillahunty quitting the ACA? The video that I'm doing a review on just came out 1 day ago. Is one of his atheist debate things, but I don't know anything about him quitting the ACA, so that's news to me. Why don't you come in and talk about that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
178 miles. Well, I think you can go 4 hours before its priapism sets in. So, you drive fast enough. I'm coming.
You don't need the Viagra.
At my age, I don't know. Look, man, I've heard all kinds of stuff. I'm serious. There are more people interested in my sex life than I've ever had in my life. I'm not
Steve,
kidding.
You need double. I just didn't want to say that on air.
I am dead serious, dude. I am dead serious. I have, especially even more men. I have one guy that's so interested in my sex life is beyond imagination. I've never had a guy interested in my sex life before. I've had on the internet. There are some guys that's all they think about is my sex.
Oh my god, you're losing me.
I'm not even making this up. The whole atheist sex cult is legit. They literally think I have an atheist sex cult. I changed my Twitter. You saw what I put on my Facebook. Did you go look at my Facebook?
Oh my god.
When's the last time you went to my homepage? It's been a while, maybe. Even though I just talked to you on Facebook. Go to my homepage.
We just talked on Facebook.
Right.
Steve, I'm your biggest fan. Can I get an autograph? Actually, you are. I really do want your autograph. That wasn't a joke. No,
I'll give it. I had one person did come down from Arizona. They came down to meet somebody, and they're like, "Hey, man, I got to buy you lunch. I got to come by and see you." And I was honored. It was really nice.
Actually, that should happen for you more often than not. I mean, I've been. Oh gosh,
I'm only the number one grifter. That's it. That's the only thing I've got going for me. It's number one grifter. You know?
What do you mean you're one grifter?
I'm the number one grifter on the Grifties. Yeah, on the Grifties.
Listen, you're gonna make so much tonight. You're not even know what to do with it all. It's gonna be, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. So
hey, Steve, how many people do we have watching? I can't tell because I'm.
Not very many. 17. It's not that
just
many.
17. Well, if anybody wants to hop in, are you open?
Yeah. No. If I know the person, I mean,
if you know them.
Yeah. I put the link. I'm just trying to see what he means by this whole quitting the ACA.
What is ACA? I don't even know what that is.
Atheist Community of Austin.
Wow. See, you're way ahead of me.
The reason I can't probably find it is one, Matt Dillon has me blocked, so I would have to find his Twitter on incognito mode.
All right, don't go CIA. It's too early in the night.
Matt Dillahunty, Twitter. Let's see if I can find what it says here. Oh, is that his community page or his Twitter page? Oh, it's Twitter. Okay, so. Oh, okay. So,
Steve, do you really have an agent over there helping you? No, I'm kidding. Or is it just Alexa?
Just Alexa. That's it.
Alexa's fast.
Here, I'm going to show you. You haven't seen the Grifties?
No. What's the Grifties?
I'll show you. So one sec. Let me screen share. Share screen. Okay, so this is the Grifties. This is done by Men of Order. Hope Tip's been told you from Hope Tip Nation. Right now, I'm number 1. Molly Golightly is number 2. Charlotte's on the web's number 3. Katie Joy dropped down to 4. Chili DeCastro is number 5. Joel Olstein's number 6. Bobby Law number 7.
Joel Olstein.
Amber Heard is 9. And
wait, Joel Olstein is my god. You knew that, right, Steve?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm struggling to get $10 for a grift, and this motherfucker makes $1 billion a year.
You're ahead of him. I'm impressed. Wait, I'm very impressed.
You should be. You damn well should be.
I'm very impressed.
You know how much this guy makes by saying this? Look. You talk about the
what
Grifties.
Does he even say? He talks in parables.
This is what Joel Olstein says. His chick is this. This is his grift.
All right, I'm going to turn my cam off for a second, Steve.
Okay.
Wait,
while you turn the camera on, I'm going to tell people his grift. This is Joel Olstein's grift. If you believe God exists and he in your heart will be the savior of your soul, and you really believe in him, then you need to send me all your money, and that'll be turned to you 1,000-fold. You have faith in God to pay me everything that you have in your life. Give me all your money, and in return, God is going to bless you. He's going to give you prosperity, and it's tax deductible. That's your shtick. And it's legal. You know? What's so funny is that these 3 right here are the real grifters. I've already talked to Molly and Charlie. The 3 of us, we're like, okay, fine. You want to pretend we're grifters? Yeah, okay, great. Let's go and collect the reward. I mean, the Hotep Nation know all about us 3. They're like, they're in on the joke. They know that the 3 of us are just YouTubers. But they also know that these 2 are legit grifters, and they know the rest of these are legit grifters. So they definitely are on the joke. I already said, hey, look, if I win, I want Molly and Charlotte to go up with me and collect the award, and we'll go as a group and share it, because I just, I'm cool like that. I don't need all the limelight. I'm not a narcissist like, these people. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go collect it. Absolutely, man. But I have to, I at least feel like I want to earn it, guys. I mean, I don't feel like I've earned this yet. I need $10 in grift money. $10.
I feel so. I feel like if I tithe there, they would have to definitely give me a return on my investment. And I think Joel Olstein would have an issue with that.
Well, that's what they preach, man. That's prosperity gospel. It's basically they're living in $1 million estates, driving Gulfstreams.
Oh my God, it's disgusting. I called his prayer line is not as a joke, but as like really trying to find out, doing some research, what they were looking for, and it just amazed me, like how little they care. Like they
don't care. Look, I'm gonna tell you straight out: prosperity gospel is a con. It is a scam, 100% scam. Any God that allows that does not exist or just doesn't care. Okay?
Exactly. And Steve, that's a disgusting part of correct me if I'm wrong. Would you call it theism or religion, or I don't know how
either above. I mean, it's a negative aspect of religion because again, I'm not an anti-religious.
It really upsets me because I'll never forget. This was probably a few years ago. I'm 32, so it's probably like I want to say like 5 years ago. I was probably in my mid-20s or late 20s, and I'll never forget when they came across the screen and they're like, you could pay with American Express, MasterCard, Visa, and it was all on the big screen, right? And I was like, oh, this is a fraud. Like, that's when I really became an agnostic versus like maybe possibly a theist.
Yeah, no, I grew up in the 80s, and my big thing was watching Peter Popoff and going, oh God, this guy's a scam artist. I knew in the 80s. I seriously, in the 80s.
I'm glad that you found out a lot sooner than I did.
It was 1987 I graduated, and I remember 84, 85, 86, somewhere in the ballpark, but I remember it was in high school, but I was just like, yeah, this dude is complete BS. This is nonsense. And of course they did find out that he was faking it. And yet, it's so funny, even after he was busted, because I don't know if you remember the whole James Randi thing, but James Randi busted Peter Popoff in legit hardcore busted him red-handed. He had somebody go into the studio with a scanner, handheld scanner, and they had caught the transmissions between his wife and him, because when people would go into those events, they would fill out what's called a prayer card. And so they had
I remember those. I remember those.
So it's like, what's your name, your address, and what is it your fiction. And so they were like, oh, it's just, it was just for the producers like that. But she would have the prayer cards, and she would be feeding that information to Peter Popoff, going, Charlotte Rose in the third row suffers from lymphatic cancer. I'm gonna burn that cancer right out of your blood. Burn that cancer right out of your, it's like I thought to myself the entire time, I'm like, this is bullshit. I don't know how he's doing it, but I know it's a con. I never believed for a second, not once did I ever believe that these people were channeling God to heal anybody. Peter, Benny Hinn,
it's really, actually, in my opinion, really
Robert
sick.
Tilton. Yeah,
it's really sick. And in my opinion, it should be outlawed almost. Like, it's bad.
I think it should be, because people, it's dangerous, because, people have thrown away their medication. They're like, oh, you're healed.
They're making huge life decisions. I've heard a lot of these guys tell people not only to throw their medication away, but to leave their families.
Yep. And then when it doesn't work, and then when they don't get healed, it's even more egregious.
Then it's their fault.
It's their fault. You didn't pray hard enough. You didn't believe hard enough.
Yep.
It's insidious. It's one of the most insidious things I've ever heard.
I love Insidious Last Key. Oh my God, that's a good movie.
All right, let me read this real quick about before Logic Only Zone.
Hello.
Wow,
gentlemen.
Yeah, just to share a little bit based on what you guys were talking about, this is like really big general problem in society where, belief isn't just something where, you might believe in a God or something like this, but people are too easily manipulated emotionally into thinking something is worth either investing in with their money or, giving money into some kind of a thing or something like that, whether it's like a priest or a church or a new product or, some kind of new investment or something like this. I think, it's our responsibility to teach people to be more reasonable.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that wholeheartedly, 100%. Yeah. And I think that Logical Kyle makes a perfectly correct statement. They do target the infirmed, the people that have Alzheimer's, the aged. They do target them. Of course they do. It's and I don't understand how it's not considered to be elderly abuse, because they do go out, and again, nobody should take this out of context. Anybody who says, "Oh, Steve says," people that religious or suffering from mental illness. No, I'm the one that fights against that kind of rhetoric. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Just because you believe in God does not have anything to do with your mental state. I believed in God at one time too. I was perfectly fine to believe so. I was justified, but I no longer have those justifications. I don't believe in God any longer. But I'm fine with people that do, obviously. But these people take advantage of that. These people will go after the people who really do not have full awareness of their cognitive faculties and are elderly and have all this money, and they hey, send us, or it's worse. What's worse than that? Logic Only Zone. Let me bring him back real quick. So it's not just the ones that go after as infirmed, which is insidious. They go after the ones that are also in debt, because they're saying, look, the whole thing for like the Peter Popoff thing is like, oh, you're in debt. Send us $100 and God will reward you tenfold, and you'll get $1,000 back by God. That's insidious.
Yeah,
that's
I've
evil.
seen these documentaries. It's horrible.
That's absolutely evil. I don't know how else to describe that. Those people are the ones that I will fight against till I die. I've always been against them. I will always fight against them. Those are the sick freaking people that exist in society that take advantage of the people that are the most vulnerable. And I don't know what kind of person you are to do that, but you're not human in any real sense as far as you having humanity.
Yeah, well, and you can see people doing that outside of religion too. Like, I get these texts all the time, people trying to grift you, get you to click on links, voicemails of people who are trying to scam you, all this type of stuff. Like, we have a class of people who just don't have as much access to reason, who aren't comfortable really trying to assess whether something is good for them to use their money for. And, there's so many suckers. And it's not like you go to high school and they teach you, okay, this is where you might get fucked over by somebody. This is what a grifter is, and people are left to their own cognitive devices or lack thereof to be able to ascertain if they're getting fucked over by somebody. You know what I mean?
I got you back. I thought I had the wrong one. I don't know who this talk about drama was. I thought that was you coming back.
No, I just want you to get back to the topic, please.
Who's talking about drama?
You were, and then you stopped.
Yeah, but I mean, who are you?
Oh, I'm talking about drama.
Yeah. What drama?
No, get back to the drama. Yeah, we'll get back to it. You want us to get back to that?
Yes.
Okay, I will. I just don't know you, do I?
No.
Okay, I just can't take the chance. But I will. But I'm gonna listen to you and get back to drama. Okay.
Thank you.
Cool. You're welcome. All right, so let's get back to the drama stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
They're very civil. Yeah, I just can't take the chance because again, it's YouTube. Yeah,
he needs the drama. He's got to have it, guys.
I get it.
I'm really confused. I thought we were a drama all night, but
this is more Philo stuff. But we're gonna get some drama right here because I got to earn this $10 grift somehow.
Steve, we gotta really vamp this up.
Okay, so let's talk about Matt Dillahunty here because this is what they were telling me about. So drama. I mean, anybody, Logical Zone, you got a nice soothing voice. You want to read this?
Sure. Yes. Today was my last show with the ACA.
Why you do it like William Shatner?
I'll be live. Oh, sorry, live. Okay, sorry. I was just assuming it was a 2-year-old. So I'll be live next week on my channel explaining why and talking about what's next. Okay.
Sounds like fun. Okay, so he's no longer.
I think I lost. I think I got lost there on the first paragraph.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I'm not a fan of the ACA. I'm not. I think they're dishonest. I think they're political. I think they're sacrificing integrity for political expediency. But whatever. Not all the hosts.
Is the
by
ACA
the way,
the adult cartoon academy?
Close. So close. Oh, you're right. Something there.
Like
no, it's the Atheist Community of Austin.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Close.
They have a show called the Atheist Experience. You might have heard of it.
Yeah.
I'll read it because I won't do the William Shatner voice. The host and the co-host of the ACA shows are awesome, knowledgeable, dedicated volunteers who care about the mission. What? Wait, they got a mission now? What the hell? Wait, there's a mission? The ACA had a mission? I must have. Maybe they had a mission statement I never read about, but I more did. I don't care. But they were not involved with this decision, and it should not reflect upon them. The decision was my own, and the leadership of that organization was told ahead of time. I will be continuing on mission, just not with the ACA. What's the mission? Until I talk about it, there's no need to ask questions or guess or spread rumors. I'm fine that this was the right decision. Thank you all for your kind words and years of support, which I hope to continue earning. I don't know what any of this means. I don't. Obviously, he's not with the ACA, and the ACA sucks.
It doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, it's not informative. It's like, okay, I'm not doing shows with them anymore. Okay. I look, this guy has so many kerfluffles with the ACA, and it just blows my mind how much of a political organization they've come.
It's almost like getting kicked from Grand Theft Auto 5. It
seriously, right? I want to play that game. I only played 4. I want 5. I've seen it. It looks freaking amazing.
I've just been kicked.
I'm gonna buy 5 one of these days. I'm gonna invest in.
I was idle too long.
Give me $10 so I can help put it toward Grand Theft 5. And this computer can run it just fine. I just have to gonna get some compressed air tomorrow. I'm gonna go shopping, and one of the things I'm going to be going to get is compressed air, because you know how you got to clean out your computer every so often. I'm at that point.
I'm
at that point where I got little dusties. So I'm going to go get some compressed air like a good YouTuber and clean my system up. I've already been like cleaning the hard drive.
Bleach wipes and everything keeps turning white. I'm not sure why, but
oxidation. So San Andreas was great. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 4 was amazing, man. I
like San Andreas. I'm an old school.
Yeah, San Andreas was good. That's all the LA stuff. That was good. That was a good version. ACA is like an atheist religion to some degree. Yeah, I think that the ACA is very cult-like because they foster ignorance. They foster lack of actual critical thinking, and under the guise of critical thinking. And I can't stand that. I really don't. That? Yeah, I mean, oh my God, you see how poorly I got treated by putting out philosophical, I mean, what I would consider to be philosophical staples, facts, things that any philosopher can go read on their own. And I got vilified for it because they didn't want me putting that out. They're like, oh, we can't have that. We have to make Steve into the bad guy. Even though all the time I've ever put stuff out when it comes to like the whole atheist, I was right. You can go verify it. And so I had all these atheists coming after me with memes and stuff like that. It's like, oh, hey, Steve, I'm going to take your academic citations and your peer review papers, and I'm going to show you a meme. I win. It's like, oh, shut up.
Oh my God.
But that's what they promote. I mean, look at the Atheist Republic. They're a bunch of idiots. I mean, ACA is worse than Atheist Republic was worse than the ACA. American Atheist is worse than the ACA even. At least ACA has some good stuff I can listen to every so often. Like, again, I don't know if this was part of the ACA, but the video that Matt Dillahunty just did on his Atheist Patreon stuff, 16-minute long, it wasn't bad. That's the highest praise I can give him, but it wasn't bad. That's why I wanted to do a review on it, because, you know, I want to...
Steve, I still think you should bring back that guy that said that there wasn't enough drama.
Well, I don't know. Well, he can type in the live chat what kind of drama he wants. I mean, pick something.
If you want $10, Steve, you got to bring him back. You got to bring him back.
I'm working for this.
It's worth $10, Steve. It's worth $10.
This is the hardest $10 I made in my life. Who is Silverman with? Silverman's getting married, actually. Silverman is engaged now. Yeah, Silverman has a fiance. Meme argumentation, Trump. Yeah, T-Jump. Yeah, T-Jump doesn't really do stuff with memes. He does more with this negative, empty rhetoric. You know, he just talks nonsense. I can't understand his arguments because it's basically you're wrong, I'm right, because reasons. Insert something really technical in philosophy here, and
he uses sales techniques, you know, and which are, there's a fancy term for overcoming objections, but
that's how does he overcome objections other than, hey, read my book? I'm writing a book on
epistemology. No, it's called like words of affirmation. Like, we're gonna win. We're gonna
mission accomplished.
Yeah. Like, he talks like what, Steve, what am I thinking? Like, not words of affirmation, but words like powerful words that people believe in.
Yeah, it's a rhetorical technique.
It's a sales technique too. It's used a lot in sales, but an honest salesperson actually doesn't operate that way. They'll actually be like, here, you're right. You could buy this at whatever, $360 a month, but honestly, like, if you get this, blah blah blah.
Did you ever see we had written a because he's writing that some kind of like big book of epistemology, and we had actually put all the pages, like what his arguments is, like every single argument in here,
that's a hard topic.
It's funny because everyone is debates. He has the same type of rhetoric. It's like, have you read something or other, or I have to find it on Twitter. Maybe
it's not going to be like one person who figures it out.
Oh no, it was ongoing.
That's heavy.
It was an ongoing list of things that he would use for. Oh, he's talk about drama's back. Hey, talk about drama. Go in the private chat here.
I'm pro-Trump, Steve.
Can you type in the private chat? I don't want to pick somebody on camera that I don't know. Obviously, I'm weird.
Bring them all in, Steve. Bring them. No, Steve. $10. $10, Steve. $10.
Oh, I could do that. How about no? I could do that.
Bring them in. We'll kick them if it gets bad.
Yeah, I could do that. So what's up? Talk about drama. We're trying here.
Hello.
You guys are just too nice. Stop being so damn nice. That's
God damn, I can't help it, man.
Just cut it out, man.
I'm a nice person.
Mr. Nice guy, you know.
I just wanted to hear about Jesse.
You want me to crap on Matt Dillahunty more?
No, I want to hear Mr. Mean.
Fuck all these people. Talk about Jesse.
Jesse, which one? The redhead or the other one?
Yeah, the redhead.
Oh, fuck no. God,
no. That's all I needed. Thank you.
No problem. Actually kind of made my night. It was funny.
Though I do see a lot of people who are very intelligent and they're on the internet, you know, talking about stuff, sharing their perspectives. And I do notice that there is a lot of drama involved when, you know, it would be nice if we can stick to, you know, talking about reason, trying to work out some of these difficult questions. But, you know, drama is just so fun, I guess.
Yeah, no, I get. Well, I'm trying to get $10 for drama. This is the whole Dono for drama
Steve,
stuff.
Steve, what questions are we looking for? Well,
I want to find T. Jump's big book of epistemology that I created this whole list of things. I'm trying to remember what I put it under, because it's on Twitter, and I know I did on Twitter. So let me see if I can find it on my account because they're pretty funny actually. You were just adding them left and right. T. Jump, big book of epistemology. Oh my God! You know how hard it is to find crap on Twitter nowadays? It's super hard.
I just tweet Trump.
Oh, I did find this. Here, wait, this isn't that, but I did find this. Trump. Here, and it has nothing to do with my epistemology or book. IPS argument is just a joke. If he thinks that he has empirical evidence, convince the people who can actually test it, the scientists. I can't test it, so don't waste my time. My rebuttal of IP's nonsense still stands, which is IP is the initials of inspiring philosophy. Who knows quite a bit about philosophy. And so already T-Jump is just basically strawmanning him because he knows the God claim is not scientifically verifiable. It's outside the purview of science, and it's supposed to be right. It's supposed to be non-overlapping magisteria. If you go with Gould's view, or even more simplistically, it's methodological naturalism, not ontological naturalism. But
yeah, well, and then if you look at the psychological effect of it. When somebody believes in God, oh man, it is such a relief. I don't have to worry. I don't have to think about anything. You know, I got my 10 commandments. We're good here. We got our 10.
There's something to be said on that morality wise. My friend Ozymandias actually had a video on that, and what he argued, and he did so very well, was that people that use God for their religious morality, for the guiding of their normative actions, unfortunately never really developed their own sense of morality because they predicated them on what they think some other entity, what other mind wants. And by doing so, they never formulate a really good, strong sense of morality.
That's right.
And I believe that. I think he has a really good argument. I've seen it. I've really seen it. And I've had people tell me, look, you know, if the Bible didn't exist or that God didn't exist, then they'd be out doing whatever. And it's like, so the only thing that's stopping you from being a civilized, moral person, not going around doing harmful things to people, is that you believe you're going to be damned for it. That's look, if that keeps you in check, keep that belief. I'm okay with that, but that's scary.
Yeah. And that's why it's so easy for them to believe that they are sinful people. It's like, look, I don't go around harming people. I think about the consequences of my action based like scientifically on cause and effect. You know, is something that I'm doing having this negative effect on me or somebody else, or an unfavorable effect? And the thing is, if you're just believing in something, you're not thinking critically or philosophically about your behavior or your relationship with yourself and other people, you know, I don't even care if you do the right thing. I would rather you go out and do the wrong thing and learn that, hey.
Try by error, right? I mean,
you know?
To some degree. I mean, I don't want people like doing majorly bad stuff. But but to some degree, we all learn our moral code from living our life, right?
Yeah,
of course, but I'm the biggest grifter on the internet. I am the worst YouTuber in history if you just ask certain people. So whatever. And it's I know it's been a while since you've been around, but the shit they've come up with logic only, it is mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing. Yeah, I'll give you an example in a second. I read this because the Monday says, "Hey Steve, quick question: if I was to claim Archer was the best captain on Star Trek because I really like the actor, would that be an example of argument ad bacula?" Yes, it would. That's good. I like that. That's funny. That's a good joke. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Philosophy is supposed to be serious. Stop that. But yeah, that would be okay.
Steve, why do you always have to stop me from laughing? I mean,
I like laughing nowadays. I have laughed more recently than I have in a very long time, and so I really want to find this big book of epistemology that T-Jump has in the list. I can't find it, but it's somewhere.
It better be damn big to be.
Oh, it was like well, it's
big.
Ours is a parody of his because it's all the things he does in a normal course of a debate. But let me give you an example. I just things are brought to my attention all the time, right? But one thing I usually don't. I even said this month I'm not addressing any freaking personal drama, because it's just stupid. Because the people have been making shit up left and right, and it's easier to ignore a lie. It's easier to ignore a lie than spend time defending the truth, right? So I don't care. Say what you want about me. It doesn't matter.
You know, Steve, I've been emotionally depending on you for a long time.
Dude, I'm serious. The stuff they come up with are so crazy. It's absolutely just insanity. The shit they'll make up and expect people to just believe it. And some people do. Okay, whatever, they're idiots. But I'm telling you, 99% of the shit you hear about me is absolutely wrong. It's just 1% wrong. But whatever. But this I thought was hilarious. This came to my attention, and for some reason, I maybe it's just me. I'm worried about you guys, but it's just for some reason.
It's all you, Steve.
This is all me. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Okay, so I have this idiot. I'm not going to even mention his name because he's just guy's so stupid. He gets everything wrong, right? And he's been stalking me on Twitter for years. But anyways, I guess that he, for some reason, scours my collection of videos. And I got 2,000 videos, and he just searches for shit all day long.
You've got a lot.
I got a lot. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Nothing. I don't know how he functions. I don't know when he eats. I don't know when he shits. I don't know when he goes to sleep. I don't know when he goes to work. His whole life is dedicated to watching my videos.
Shapiro, slow down.
Now
you know why I'm number one of the Grifties. Right? But
if the rest of their life is well put together and they still have time for that, impressive.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, and I suppose he's married too. And it's like, really, your wife lets you do all this 24 hours a day?
She's like, do you love me or do you love Steve? You have to make a decision.
Me. Oh no,
if you don't stop watching
me.
Steve, I'm gonna divorce you.
Me.
You know, I can imagine.
It's all about me, because I'm telling you, I'm not even fronting. More men have been somehow invested in my sex life than I've ever had in my life. It's really
this is
strange.
Really scaring me for you.
Oh, it gets far worse. That's the tip of the iceberg, but we'll get to there. So,
my God.
More debate says that T-Jump's big book of epistemology equals no imposition of will, and Google it. Yeah, Google is one of them. Yes, Google it. Have you Googled it? That's like, have you Googled it? All right, so back to this thing that just blew my mind. So this guy, I guess, found a clip back on the Non Sequitur show of me and Kyle having a discussion on Tamagotchis, which were these little
I love those as kids. I got the turquoise one.
Right. Okay, so Kyle's talking about having Tamagotchi, and people know Kyle was a little bit younger than me, right? I was born in 1970. Tamagotchis came out around 97 or something like that. So
96.
96, 97. So I would have been 26, 27 years of age. Okay, and so Kyle was talking about these things, and he's like explaining them and how, people were using them and stuff like that. And then I raised my hand like this.
I could never take him out in time to go poo.
Yeah, because I had one. And so this guy, swear to God, I'm not even lying. This guy got all butthurt going, Steve lies about everything by saying that he was using a Tamagotchi at age 27. Let's rewind the tape here.
What?
Look, it gets better. When I got out of the Navy at 23, I went to go back to work for Radio Shack off and on. And so between the years of 2025 to the year 2000, I was a Radio Shack store manager. So in 96 or 97, what the hell of a year it was, what do you think was a big seller for Christmas? Tamagotchis.
AA batteries? No, I'm kidding.
Well, yeah, red or green, right? The carbon ones. And so, yeah, so we had Tamagotchis.
Maybe Game Boys or something.
No, I don't think we ever had Game Boys. But we had Tamagotchis in these bins. And so I would have a Tamagotchi, they're underneath the register. And so, we learned how to play Tamagotchi because we had explained to customers and stuff like that. But it was a big seller.
Well, some people had like 5 or 6 of them. I didn't know how they kept up. Oh, yeah. I used to ask them, how the hell do you keep up with 6 of these things?
One's hard enough.
My one would be taking a dump. My other would be like not like eating, and the other would be dying of some like famine.
Right, there's hard, but so yes, I've used one, and I have, but this guy's like, Steve lies about everything. Why would a 27-year-old be having a Tamagotchi? I'm like, you're just a fucking idiot, dude. You are so stupid.
I love this. Without even asking you, without knowing any context or anything.
So you agree? You agree that's logically. By the way, somebody wants you guys to introduce yourselves. We will in a second. Do you agree that me wrapping my head around how dumb that is? That this guy thinks I was lying about that. This guy uses that to try to come after me. It tells you his level of stupidity. He just gets everything fucking wrong because he knows nothing about me. So everything he says is wrong. It's just it's like a gift. It's like a gift. So
it's like anyway. Bill Nye, the science guy. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, I had a Tamagotchi when I was 27 because I sold them, along with RC cars. Oh my God, RC cars during Christmas.
Steve McCrae, who's on panel with you?
Yeah, who are you two? Introduce yourselves. Even though I know, but they don't know.
Oh, wait, Steve. What is a panel? Like, wait, do you have a panel?
Yeah, well, they just call it a panel. They call it a hangout. Panel. Yeah, they just call it a panel. But who are? So introduce you guys so that people can find you on your respective medias.
Go ahead.
Wait, like.
Tell people who you are. Tell people
I don't want any trouble, Steve.
All right, my name is Michael Ringrose. You could dox me. I'm in the finance industry. I have 15 plus years experience in the business industry, and Steve and I have known each other for years. I ran a debate community that failed because of doxing and trolling, and I love contributing to somebody that's more intellectual than I am. There you go.
I know you should try in your debate community, and sorry that it got taken.
No. I really mean that. I'm not kidding. I really. I'm glad that that you had me on tonight. Well, that you're having me on tonight, and I
saw the debate community on Facebook. We still talking there.
Yep.
People. All right, so Logic Zone. People may know you even less because my God, you just dropped off the planet. I see you. I saw you streaming the other day. I was going to pop by, but I was like, I doubt if he even fucking remembers me. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I'm just an artist. But I like thinking about stuff. I'm pretty fucking educated and
extremely humble.
And also pretty happy guy. Have a great life. I do art. I'm a musician. I'm in a band. We're called the Sloshed Monks. Drunk Monks. Sloshed Monks.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you were Modest Mouse, I'd be right. No, I'm kidding.
and he does commentary on critical thinking stuff.
Yeah,
he seems very smart.
I hate ideology. I hate gurus. I don't like anybody telling other people what to think, but I like telling people what to think when they're wrong. So.
Yeah, you do. That's why you and I probably hit it off a long time ago. It's like, look, we it's not that we enjoy. At least for me, I don't enjoy telling people they're wrong. What I enjoy is enjoying when people get that epiphany and they go, "Shit, I corrected something," and they don't make the same mistake. Because I do that. I get when somebody corrects me and I'm like, "Oh fuck, I was wrong," and I correct them, and I don't make it again. I thank them. I'm like, "Cool," And so we all make mistakes. We all, especially when the sciences and the math, we're going to make mistakes.
Steve, I would correct you too if you had a low credit score. And no, I'm coming.
I got an 803. 803. Okay.
Well, 803 is very low. I mean, you got to go through like at least 820. At least 820.
Look, I know you're an American. 803 is good. A Canadian, I don't know.
No, 803 is excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. But it's so funny because logic can tell you when we would have these debates and discussions, it was really entertaining because we were talking about the discussion. Now it's about talking about the people.
Yeah, it's become like that much more.
Yeah, YouTube has changed. The landscape has changed. It is no longer about the topic. This is why the Great Debate community is not that much because it's on Facebook and I have the other channel. But drama, for the sake of just talking about people, seems to be the big thing.
That's what was funny. I asked you what the topic was. You're like, there is none.
Right. Because that's the whole point of this episode. $10 grift to talk about ridiculous donos for drama, because that's what these other YouTubers are doing. But
that's everything they do.
And they're not even doing it.
Everybody needs to be a part of our community. That's
if they were doing, but if they were doing it with integrity, it's fine. If they're just commentating and they're doing, their opinions, more power to them. I have no issue with that. I've done that. But they lie. And they will placate their audience no matter what. If it gets them donations, if it gets them PayPal, if it gets them subscribers, they don't give a shit about the topics any longer. That's one of the reasons why I just drew back. That's one of the reasons.
Well, that's one of the reasons, Steve, I asked you to take over my community. I don't know if you remember. I asked you to take over.
Yes, I know you did.
I was like, Steve, can you
do it? I didn't have time.
Yeah. I had over $1,000. I was like, take it over, because I couldn't do it.
Yeah. No, what do you think I could? I have a heart on my own, but I did take. I think I took admin or mod. Didn't I? I became a mod or an admin.
Yep. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
The problem is, it's become like the focus has changed from the hierarchy of ideas, of people having ideas compete against each other.
That's what I thought I was getting into. Yep.
So now it's just all social hierarchy. So who's at the top? Who's 100%. Cooler, and 100%. Everybody's trying to get that money, and it's really, they're placating to lower intellect type people, because
they really are
give you the money.
Yeah,
you're exactly right. The people look. I look at some of the other YouTubers, and I'm just going to say it straight. Their subscriber base are idiots, like absolutely freaking stupid people.
Yep.
And look, if they want to donate all their money to these freaking idiot YouTubers, knock yourself out. But the ones that put out content, the ones that are entertaining, and they get donations, I'm all for. Again, I'm a YouTuber. Right. We appreciate our subscribers, we appreciate our Patreons, we appreciate the people that donate. Every single one. I think personally, I shout them out. I'm grateful. But some of these other people, all they're doing is saying, "Hey, let me lie to you for 8 hours, and send me PayPal."
Right.
That's not YouTuber. That's a con man. That's a true grifter.
Yes.
And I want nothing to be part of that any longer. I mean, I was never, in that circle, but I was, arguing against them. And then I realized just, a couple of days ago, what good has it gotten me? It's got me nothing but heartache and shitty people in my life. So all I'm going to do now is do whatever the fuck I want on YouTube. That's within terms of service, obviously. Have fun doing it. Invite people on. Have discussions. I'll come home at work. Do this, or have some OBS. I might use OBS. Have a rum and coke, and just go back to what I used to do, and not give a shit about these other people.
Wait, because Steve, do you mean you're going to put down your tea?
No, my tea's gone. I ran out.
Steve, you got to. I've been telling you all night to switch over.
Oh, to beer?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have Kool-Aid today. It was great for a cold. I had some Kool-Aid. See,
Steve, you gotta go in or go home. No.
This is true story. I went to go, I went shopping, and so people know I'm frugal, and they have these it was called Lunchables, and they're like half off because they're they've been on the shelf for a while, the freezer, and I'm like half off for this. I'll take it, and so I bought it. And they were really good actually. And then they have these little Kool-Aid stuff. So I was like, I don't really want the sugar, but I'll take it home and put it on my desk. And one day, the other day, I was like, I'm really thirsty. I'm going to try it. It wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad.
By the way, it's very nice to meet you. Is it non-logic or?
So my channel is the Logic Only Zone.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
The link to join is pinned, by the way. You guys know that, right? On the outside.
Yep.
Again. They don't seem to realize that. Come on in, more debate.
Somebody would like to join you.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my $2, $5, $10 super chat to become a member. There you go, become a member.
Steve, of the I got you. I got you $10.
Yeah, throw down a super thanks.
Yeah, throw down. Yeah. So all right, so anybody that wants to join, $20.
No, I can't never do that. I'll never. No, you.
Steve, I'm a business major. $30.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah,
100.
Sign over your.
Listen, you got to be a baller to join us,
right? Yeah, I don't know this person Fear Honor though. I can't have people that I don't know join. I'm sorry, because it is live streaming and there's cameras.
Steve, give him a shot. We could always, you could always click a button.
I guess I could do this.
You could always click a button.
Oops. Let me see here. There we go. Hey, who's this? Fear Honor.
It's me.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Who are you?
I'm more debate. That's something wrong. Maybe I'm exposing myself.
Oh, you want to come back on the other account?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Come back on the other account.
Right
Steve, that was epic.
You should have some rules like, have clothes on, certain words.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
Acceptable here,
Wait, does he?
I'm so glad I don't do this. I'm so glad.
He's already in here. You might as well use it. It doesn't show your name. So just
welcome.
I can.
It doesn't show your name. It doesn't show your
name.
Hello,
I'm from Brazil. Sorry, my English is not that good.
No, it's cool.
It's okay. Awesome. My English isn't very good either.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Mi nombre es Esteban. Yo vivo en California. Me gusta cerveza.
I'm just a fan from Steve. Last night we have a lot of fun. We talked about of Metallica and guitars. And I thought that I could join and maybe
outstanding. Yes, last night was very fun.
Absolutely.
We did music theory last night a little bit.
Cool.
I played a little Metallica. So you saw my video, by the way.
Yes, and your reading is pretty solid. I know that you are joined by this guy. I can read his name, but he's a musician, the top guy with the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been looking and watching your show since you were I cannot talk about that other guy that betrayed you.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
By the way, there's more than one out there now. It's like the in thing to do. Let's fuck Steve. I'm not.
I've
been fucked
it's not funny.
Here's the thing. I've been fucked over more time on YouTube than I have at any Atheist Sex Cult convention.
Wow. I'm a Christian and I'm not gonna abuse it.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Well, last night was fun. You're charismatic, Steve, and that just pisses people off.
Yes, I can attest to that.
It's very sad for them, but
whatever. They've been trying to destroy me for 5 years, and here's look. I'm still streaming. I'm still having fun. I'm still laughing. But it is true, man. I've been fucked over a lot. But the music theory that we last night, man, that was entertaining because I haven't looked into that stuff in a very long time, and so it felt good to kind of search the old brain cells for that information. And I still remember the modes now. It's okay. So let's go over the modes real quick before we move on.
Let's go.
All right, Ionian, Dorian,
Ionian,
Dorian, Phrygian, oh, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian.
Yeah,
I'm pretty close. Look, for somebody, at least I actually had. One time had to learn the modes. I'm going back 20 years.
Yeah, you're great. Yeah, that's what matters.
But I appreciate that you're like, I really did make me feel good when you watched me play For Whom the Bell Tolls, because that was the first time I had played guitar in a very, very long time. We're talking well over a decade at least. And that's one song that I just kind of knew by heart kind of stuff. And so I just want to see if I can play it and not sound like, complete trash. And so that's like one of the very few songs that I think I've got it down. Where if I've had a person to come,
Steve, could you play something for us now?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, if you're grifting, I think this is it.
I played last. Look, I tell you what. If I could figure, I have the Guitar Amp Pro software, the free version. If I could figure out how to play that through the StreamYards, then I'd probably do it. But the electric guitar doesn't sound like an electric guitar.
Can you play Zombies by the Cranberries?
Oh, God.
No, I'm kidding.
That's A minor, C, G, and D.
I don't know. Hey,
I like this guy. He knew all the chords.
Can you play Flight of the Bumblebee on a harmonica?
Wait, can we do No Rain by Blind Melon?
If you want to pass out?
No, Alexa, stop!
Now I gotta hear it.
No, I just about
get
to
that
play
harmonica out.
I'm not gonna get demonetized for Flight of the Bumblebee because it's not copyrighted. I don't think.
Yeah. I will die,
imagine.
but I can do it.
Alexa, when did Flight of the Bumblebee come out?
Flight of the Bumblebee was released in 1900.
1900.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I think
God,
it's past.
Steve.
I think
Really?
it's safe. I think it's safe.
Well, Steve, thanks for telling us that Alexa was in the room with us.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, really,
Yeah,
Steve.
come on, man.
she's always around.
Alexa's
She listens. I swear to God,
in.
Kano thinks Alexa listens in like complete, like all the time. And here's the thing. Don't tell her this. Don't tell Kano.
Don't tell
But
Alexa.
don't. Well, Alexa, she knows everything. But here's the thing. There's something called Google Assist. And Google Assist is always on. So when you hear something in the background, like a music or something like that, and you notice you go to look it up, it already has it in there for you, ready to go. Like if you're playing some song and it's talking about this, and you want to go, oh, I'm gonna look this up, and you go to search it, and all of a sudden it's like the second in the list. It's like I've never typed this in before. It's Google Assist doing all this stuff, right? It listens all the time. She thinks Alexa,
Steve, we know it's what they call the Illuminati, Steve.
Yeah.
She's like Google's taking all the information.
You can't hide from Alexa that you're a furry, Steve.
Somebody asked last night. They're like, do you still support the furry community? I'm like, I didn't know I supported or this is not a support. I have nothing to do with the furry community.
I've never thought.
Steve, we know where you're at. We know.
What furry would I be if I had a furry personas? What furry would I be?
Flamingo.
Furry number 2.
Wait, flamingos furry? They're birds. They don't have fur.
They're kind of furry, right?
They have feathers. Well, it's so funny. Feathers are a form of fur, are they not? I mean, feathers are modified body hair because they're mammals, right?
I mean, close enough, right?
No, well, we know they're avians, so they're not mammals, but they're avians. But birds are avians. But wait,
Steve, they're mammals.
They're mammals, right? But hair is a feather is a modified hair, right?
Do they lay eggs?
Well, yeah. But
hey, Steve, I'm gonna present you Kent Hovind, so you can,
Ooh, Beethoven.
Yeah, but birds can't be mammals though. Birds have no breasts. They're not. Well, that means they do have breasts, but they don't.
The famous basketball playing dog. Beethoven?
Yeah, birds are not mammals. They're avians, and they lay eggs. So they're what's the word with an O? Whatever it is.
Beethoven.
But they're not mammals. Yeah.
Okay.
How do we get into birds? Oh yeah, because what did you say?
I think I lost Lion King 2 too many times on my Super Nintendo.
Yeah. So you think I'm gonna be a flamenco?
No, I have no idea. It was the first animal or whatever that pops into my mind. So
I'm going to accept this. I'm going to accept this. It's not quite a furry, I don't think. I don't know. I need a furry expert.
Non-logic. I better get invites to your musician shows. I want tickets.
Dinosaura? How can dinosaur? How's that a furry? How is a dinosaur a furry? I thought furries were like wolves and foxes and rabbits and something with fur. That's the name furry. A moomkin. Isn't a moomkin? Isn't like a boomkin? Like from WoW? I know what boomkin is.
Next thing you know, people are going to be into vegetables. They're just going to call themselves veggies. Yeah, I'm a veggie.
I'm a veggieite.
I'm vegging out right now. Yeah, I'm vegging.
Yeah, I'm a veggie. Yeah, I'm a veggie. Yeah. I'm a stalk of celery. No, look, I got nothing against furries. Look, my thing is this: if you're a grown person and you within your faculties, go do what you wish in life. Be happy.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
I don't give a crap. I couldn't. If they get some enjoyment by putting on a furry and become a persona, who am I to freaking say otherwise? I don't care. Be a bunny.
It's no different
Bunnies are
from
cute.
Those medieval role playing things, the LARPing, the live action role playing.
Well, that's what's happening now. Only to the extreme. People have been LARPing on me for years. There have been huge. I have so much fan fiction; it's ridiculous. People have been LARPing on me with this alternate reality gaming, where I'm just seriously. I'm an atheist sex cult leader that uses women to go bring other women to hotel rooms to convert them to atheism.
Once a month, Steve.
By use of philosophy. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Once a month, you should make a video saying these are the recent allegations, and this is why they aren't true. It's every month you have to cleanse.
All I can do is mock.
So he's like Bill Cosby. No, I'm kidding.
Well, he was an atheist. What does this taste like? It's so ridiculous because this person.
It's almost like Xanax, but it's a little like Valium.
It's just like Xanax and Valium, dude. Yeah, watch that. They'll be like, "Oh, Steve's promoting date rape." No, fuck you. I'm sorry, but if you need drugs to get laid, you got serious issues. And I believe that
you really do. You
really
the rest
of his
do.
life in prison, absolutely, for what he did. But here's the thing. Anybody who thinks that philosophy is going to get you laid has never spoken to philosophy on a date. When I'm out, somebody like when I'm out, I tangentially have talked about it, but we don't sit there and talk about philosophy much. Completely.
Steve, don't lie.
Can I try it?
There's a lot of philosophy in romance.
I lost my virginity with 18 years old. That's.
Have you seen Leon the Professional? It was made in the 90s.
I like Leon. That was a weird.
That was an excellent film. Not a lot of people know about that.
Yeah, Leon was a good film, but the Professional. But it was really creepy because there was more to him and the girl than should have been. So it's one of those. The movie itself was good. It's a very controversial film. It was almost done like a Martin Scorsese film was, but the reason why it was such an was it Natalie Portman?
Yep.
Yeah. Brilliant actress.
Yep. One of the reasons it was so controversial was like you said, the relationship between him and the little girl, right?
Yeah,
he accepted her. So he accepted her into his home. And you have to remember back then, the old school Italians, they didn't have an education. So to him, he kind of viewed her because she was at that weird age, like as an adult. And like back then, that was kind of normal, right? And
no, I don't think it was ever normal, but I do kind of, I see where you're going with that. But here's the thing: if the movie was just about him training her to be an assassin to protect herself, I get it. But any kind of weird romance between them, that's where I think it kind of went.
It was old school Italian. So the old school
Italians, I don't think they're into that.
No, not into pedophilia or anything like that. Obviously, no, that's sick. What I'm saying is, he knew it was wrong. Like they showed him spitting up the milk several times, right, in the film. Mm-hmm. So if you pay attention, he was spitting up the milk. And because he was like, oh my God, this is what? Like, she's like, I love you. And he's like, he spits the milk up.
I remember there was like
a lot of people didn't pay attention to that. He loved her like a daughter.
And that's fine. Right. That point, good movie.
He understood that she loved him romantically. So
you don't think, okay, I get that. So you don't think that
it was kind of about trauma, right?
It was. Yep. It was about trauma. It was about trauma. So she didn't understand. Hey, come on, Milwaukee, come on in. But she didn't understand why
boundaries,
like
the relationship. Yeah.
The relationship. Yeah. So like he kept like having to move his plant and his weapons like all over because she didn't understand it. And like, and he loved her as a daughter, so he put up with it. And so there was this huge blog, there was a lot of articles written, but Leon at the end, what did he tell the guy? He's like, give Matilda all my money, blah, 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 blah. So when he died and Matilda went to get his money, the guy's like, I'm like a bank, I'm better than a bank, blah, blah. Well, of course you're better than a bank because you want to give me $100 when Leon made like what, $4,000 a week, $5,000 a week. Yeah.
No, I mean, that's a good interpretation of it. And like I said, I think that Leon probably did recognize that. And look, people understand that. Yeah, all of us have been those ages. We had crushes on older people, but older people recognize you. Hey, look, no, not cool.
Steve, that's an interesting point that you make because it's like a lot of people don't know how to handle that, and that's a tricky situation to be in.
Well,
it's like you gotta like
that the relationship is good or healthy. So it's just like, hey, here's two traumatized people, and here they are trying to survive together, and look at all of these things that can happen in this situation when in a crazy world, two traumatized people of different ages bond with each other, or try to.
And that's an excellent point. And I want to talk about that for a second, because that's an excellent point. Back in the 90s, they could actually depict that. Now, if you made that same film now,
it'd be
oh my God, forget it. What would happen, Steve? What would happen if you made that same film?
He would be called a groomer.
He would he'd be Bill Cosby on steroids.
Yeah, it'd be lambasted, because people would take it to the extreme. But I mean, obviously, all these movies have very subtle aspects to it.
But Steve, isn't it a shame that they can't depict real emotion anymore because of people's bias?
It's how they do it. I mean, again, I have no problem with creativity. I have no problem with movies talking about very touchy subjects. I mean,
that's a very touchy subject.
Absolutely. But again, I think that people probably read into it a little bit more than the intent of the movie. Because again, he was supposed to be training her to be an assassin. I mean, her parents got killed.
Not originally. Originally, he just took her as a kid.
I thought that. But I mean, throughout the movie, though, that she learns how to handle firearms and stuff like that, right?
Because she forced it upon him.
Yeah, she wanted to learn from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like he wants to be a child in a sense, and she wants to be an adult.
How did we get into movie reviews? I'm just kind of curious. I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm cool, but
no, pull it up, Steve. I mean, if you look at the reviews, it was one of the most. So that movie was one of the most controversial films of its decade, in my opinion.
I'm aware. I've seen. Really?
I used to watch a lot of movies. I was the only one.
No, I mean, I remember the movie.
I love Leon.
I told you he was in it. I remember the movie. I mean, I knew.
Dude, he was badass in that, though. Like when the rocket launchers came in, he went, ah!
You know what? Did you ever watch Kick-Ass?
No.
Kick-Ass 1?
Yeah, Kick-Ass 1 was
gold.
Good. Kick-Ass 2, not so much.
No,
but 1 was good.
Trash.
Yeah, 2 was trash. I agree with you. 2 was not good. Kick-Ass 1 was a good freaking movie, man.
I
still remember the line.
Underrated, but genius movie.
Yeah, most movies are underrated, man. I mean, it's so funny because the movies that I really like, they don't get a lot of play. And the ones that the people all like, oh, this is brilliant. I'm like, oh my God, this was dumb as shit.
I'm so surprised that you both know Leon the Professional. Like, very few people know that film.
And I've also watched the Transporter. Remember the Transporter?
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. I'm more of an Army of Darkness, They Live, type of guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I watch every film.
Army of Darkness.
Is my boomstick.
Army of Darkness was set aside from the whole Evil Dead thing. It was like in a different realm, because if you watch Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2, and then all of a sudden you see Evil Dead 3, it's like, what the hell has happened to this franchise? But I loved Evil Dead 3. I was like, this is a
that's where they lost me. Yeah, that's where they lost me.
Wow, that was one of those brilliant movies of all time. Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness.
Well,
I know.
No, it was honestly.
I love that movie with a passion. I could not stop.
I'm good, Ash. No, I'm bad, Ash. No, you're the good Ash. I'm the
you
bad
thought me
one.
beautiful once. You got ugly real fast.
Yeah.
Like,
Honey, you got real ugly.
You got real ugly. I'm sorry, but I love Bruce Campbell. I think Bruce Campbell is one of the most underrated actors in history.
Yeah, so many stupid, awesome lines in that.
He's hilarious. And then he had a. Did you watch the Evil Dead series? That was good too.
Yes, absolutely. I loved it.
And I love the girl in that. She used to play a bit part on Conan O'Brien, I think it was.
Well, I just met with Evan Peters, and he's saying American Horror Story is way better. No, I'm kidding.
I haven't watched any of them.
No.
Was it?
I'm kidding.
Who was it? The girl from the girl from Evil Dead the series, who I think was talented as hell and super pretty. She's
badass.
She's badass, but she played a part of some kind of executive standards and practices for like it was. I think it was Conan, was it, or one of them? And she. Oh no, it wasn't Conan. It was the other guy. It was the guy from Ireland. What's his name?
Pierce Morgan.
No,
that's England. Damn it,
England. No, who was the guy that the tall guy with the heavy accent from Ireland? Or I can't remember his name. But she was real good at it. She was hilarious, and they brought her in like once or twice, and also she became like a reoccurring cast member to the show. It was a late night show, and I can't remember his name. Did you have a long day? We're live, by the way. We'd like to say hi. That's a no.
Wait, Steve, who's our new guest?
That's Alexa 2. The upgraded
hi,
version.
Alexa
Watch.
2.
Watch. Alexa 2, what's the temperature? She said, fuck you.
Oh,
She really did.
You know,
that's the same Alexa from Brazil here.
Yeah, this is the mean Alexa. Yeah, this is like the advanced version of Alexa.
She gave me attitude 2 weeks ago.
You give me, well, yeah. She's not buying into the bit, so I'm supposed to be asking her things. She's supposed to be telling me stuff. You know, like if I say, Alexa 2, what's the temperature supposed to be tomorrow? So you're supposed to say hot as fuck. So say hot.
Hotter than 2 witches' titties.
Hotter than 2 witches' titties. That's the new and improved. Like you say, when you hack Alexa, you get some fun stuff.
No, you can actually make her say stuff like that.
I don't want to get. Why would I want her to say something like that?
I'm gonna make her roast you. Matter of fact.
She's gonna make me roast me?
Yeah, I'm gonna make her roast you. Yeah.
Why
Oh my God, Steve, lay off.
Alexa,
he might get violent.
Alexa's becoming sentient.
Celebrity death match.
Oh, no.
Like seriously, this is how like Skynet started.
Spynet lives.
I feel like we're in Terminator 2 right now.
I smash your computers immediately. It's the only way.
It's the only way.
Watch your camera.
Technology immediately.
The last stream.
They're watching. They're watching you.
They're watching.
2 damn hours and I haven't got one super chat. I'm the worst.
Steve, are you kidding?
I'm the world's worst grifter. It's okay though. You know, one of the things I'm mocking is that there was a Twitch streamer, and you all know how Twitch streamers are.
These cheap bastards.
Oh my God, she was saying, "I've streamed 3 hours and I didn't get anything for this." And people were like, "Well, who the fuck are you?" You know, it's like, and I do the same thing. I'm like, if I stream and people give me shit, fine. If not, I have fun. But she was like, had this entitlement. Like, I've streamed 3 hours and you guys haven't paid me anything. It's like, shut the fuck up, man. And people are loving that. Like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna like give her my entire soul because I think I have a chance to have sex with her or something because she was like 19 and virginal according to them or something. It's like the stands. I hate that shit. It was so pathetic.
I stay off the internet, to be honest. That's why you guys don't see me. I'm like, it's getting a little bad out here.
And I don't blame you. I like I said, I've this is so much way different than my usual content, and I just don't care anymore. So I don't do anything on the internet that much anymore. My Twitter's freaking shut down. I barely use it. My
hang
Facebook,
on, I have an idea.
I don't care.
All right.
What's your idea?
Oh, so my idea was to come up with the most controversial topic possible.
No, not on this channel. On the other channels, possible. We could talk about controversial stuff, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm really into controversy that much right now.
Yeah,
it's just, then things die out because
I'll
comment.
Sick, right? It's just kind of like. Ugh.
But that's what you know. What it's sad. That's what people want to watch.
I know. What's wrong with you people out there? They want to watch this stuff. I don't get it.
Soap opera.
They're nerds. How are they nerds if they want to watch controversial stuff?
See, Steve, I told you I'd get it going.
That's soap opera.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like this is not a topic that's going to get you banned one of these days. We're talking.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Hey, go back to 1918 because that's not 19. So 19. What was it? 2018. That's when all this came up. Yeah, that was. Oh my God, the whole thing with the whole ACA and rationality rules. Oh.
I can't even do that topic, bro.
No, I don't even want to deal with that topic. They made it so difficult to talk about. You know,
I can't even talk about it. Yeah.
And yes, funny. You know what's funny is almost everybody involved in the discussions were pro-trans, pro-LGBTQ. They're all people that very, very staunch, for gay rights, and yet they're all vilified just because you had minor differences in opinion. And yet there's actual bigots, actual homophobes, actual transphobes, actual people that actually want to harm people just because of their gender or that identify. And they got pushed by the side, and nobody wanted to talk about them any longer about what they do to harm people. It was all about you misidentified me. That's what it became. And or you don't think exactly like I do on it. Therefore, you're an evil person. And therefore, the people that did promote these things, like transphobia, the people that did promote homophobia, the people that said, hey, in the name of God, we should go out and kill people. Nobody want to talk about them any longer. It blew my mind. It blew my mind. It's sad. It's really sad that they had such divisiveness in the ACA and the communities around them merely because not everybody's going to think exactly the same way. It doesn't mean they're not all allies. Right?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, like, yeah, it's like an argument over how people are using language and how they are expressing their thoughts on the matter. I mean, like, if somebody obviously blatantly does not like a particular person or a group of people or something like this, then obviously that's really bad. But that should be the focus, not.
Yeah, like, but where are those people? Those people are in hiding now. Those people are free to go do their whatever. Nobody cares about them. Look, if somebody is an actual racist or a bigot or homophobe, I will bring them on just to shut them down.
So
just to hear their stupid arguments.
Steve, just tell me to shut up if I must. But for someone to be able to force their own beliefs on me to identify with like how they want to be identified as, isn't that infringement?
No, because nobody's enforcing anything. Look, there's no. I don't believe
people get very offended if you don't like identify with them exactly how they please.
Just call them by their first name. Then it's just you can't.
No, that's not good enough for them.
Well, then that's their problem. That's not your problem.
Yeah. Well, no, that is the problem though. Like it's not.
This is my position. You cannot prescriptively force language upon people. You just can't do it. It's never worked. It will never work. You can't prescriptively force language on somebody. So if you keep telling people, oh, you must use certain things they're just not they're used to, it's not going to go over well. And but pronouns are a substitute for a noun, right? Pronouns are a substitute. So if you call somebody by their name, how is that offensive? My name's Steve. Call me Steve. You don't want to call me he? Okay. I wouldn't care if you call me she. No effect to me. I don't give a shit.
They want to be called like carpet or
that's a slippery. That's a hyperbolic thing. That nobody's going around. I mean, maybe Michael Jackson's son because his name is Blanket, but he did name his son Blanket. But for the most part, that would be such a small fringe that not even worth talking about. The ones that are just extreme.
I don't know. Like Ben Shapiro got in trouble for identifying somebody as a she because they identified as a he, and it was a big deal.
Do you think he really gives a shit about any of that? I mean,
Ben Shapiro is so intelligent that it doesn't matter.
I don't think he's that smart.
if somebody asked me to refer to them in a certain way,
kidding.
I would seriously try my best to do that, as long as they understand if I make a mistake that it's not anything to take.
Yeah, well, some people try to weaponize it, and then I just
but here's the problem: they'll weaponize it against you, and then it becomes a human resource issue, and then next thing you know, you're in legalities.
I've been in retail 20 years. I've never seen one issue of it, not once.
Yeah,
20 years I've been in retail, not once.
I haven't seen it happen myself.
I've seen it a lot.
Really? How's it? I
had to knock down 8 bathrooms and make them all unisex.
Well, look, here's the thing. In other countries, most of them are unisex anyways. I couldn't give a shit. I think bathrooms should be unit. I don't care. I mean, it's just, most people.
Yeah,
you gotta go.
Steve, that's where I was. I was like, fuck it all.
Yeah,
we're gonna knock down all the bathrooms and we'll just make them unisex. And they didn't like that.
I couldn't care. Yeah, I swear to God, if you would have told me back in the 80s that would have been an issue about bathrooms, I would have said
people laughed at me when I told them the HR issues I was having.
Yeah, I think it's bizarre because I thought go pee where you want to go pee. I mean, it's just I couldn't care less.
I mean,
there are scores.
There gotta be okay,
there are languages that don't have that. Yeah, they don't use gender pronouns. They're neutral, and that's fine too. I mean, it's language, right? Yeah. No, you're not. He's like, sorry, I brought up the nuclear. No, you're not. No, you're not. But it's okay. I mean. Look, we talk about whatever. I don't have.
If you're hard on people, and if I'm doing my best and I accidentally, use the wrong term or however it is, it's not okay to bully people. Either way,
Well, it happens.
Well, sure, but it shouldn't. That's the point.
Cause. I'm like, okay, good. I think people should be aware that. It's important for us to have compassion for everybody and be tolerant. So, and I've lived abroad where I'm in the minority before, so I know how that feels. and that can fucking suck.
Yeah, no, I've been abroad too. I mean,
yeah,
most people, these are non-issues, and it's only an America thing because I think a lot of it deals with entitlement, and we're not as a society where a lot of more progressive societies are at, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they will get there. I think, especially with the millennials, they're caring less and less about these kinds of things. Is
that good or bad, though, Steve?
I think it's good because these are, to me, things that have never been issues in the first place. I mean, there's so much things in the world where people, if they want to have a fight for something, that it just takes away from. And I'm not trying to do whataboutism or what's called the fallacy of irrelevant thesis or argument to greater cause. I understand that, right? But the fact remains is that if your consideration is basically arguing about who wants to go pee where, are you really doing anything productive for society? I don't think so. I don't care if somebody is.
I don't know, Steve. I don't know though.
If somebody's identifying as a female, and
Steve, here's the issue. Like if you've had a small child. I've never had a child, so I can't really say. Mm-hmm. But if I had a small child, like in the bathroom, what do you think they do in bathrooms?
Do you think that somebody like a trans person is going to be sitting there in the female bathroom with their wang hanging out or something? Because that doesn't happen, right? They go into the stalls. But that's a criminal thing. It happens all the bathroom. But that doesn't have nothing to do with the bathroom. That has to do with some weird person in the bathroom doing things. Look, I've been in many male bathrooms in my life, right? I've used male bathrooms all my life. I only have my wang out in the urinal or in the stall. I don't sit there,
all right, Steve. All right, Steve. You beat me again.
Nobody does this. Nobody freaking does this.
Well,
am I missing something?
You in a way, you kind of are. If you have a girl and there's a boy in the bathroom,
no. Oh, it's so irrelevant, man.
I don't know how irrelevant it is because I've had a lot of cases come up in my office.
Yeah, I mean, what we should do is just, try to talk about things that we think people should be thinking about, and you know what I mean. And
obviously, like right now, it's wangs hanging out. I guess
it's wangs in the girl's bathroom.
It doesn't happen. Hi, Stuart. By the way, welcome, boy. He's like, I picked the wrong night to show up here. I'm doing a $10 grifting.
$10, Steve. Steve, I have to have gotten you $10 by now. Jesus.
No, you haven't. No, I haven't gotten dime yet.
Jesus.
I am the world's worst grifter. I suck.
It's me. It's your guest.
Well, 2 hours. Can't even get $10 grifting. And I want people to remember this though. When I go up to accept my award for the #1 grifter, how I failed at even getting $10 for drummer for donuts for drummers.
If you fail, you must try again.
I'll try to tomorrow. Well, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know.
If your little kids are going to a public bathroom alone, you're a horrible parent. If my adult kids are going into a bathroom and that's happening, I pray for them. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
My daughter's never had to worry about that. She's just. It's funny. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking to my daughter like this, right? Over the yay! And so I'll ask her tomorrow if this is something in her school of how they deal with this. If you guys are curious, I was going to talk about math because she's not doing well in one of her math courses. But if this is more important than her math, I'll bring it up to her.
But I do want to ask you guys, what is the #1 thing that you think people should be talking about but are not talking about?
Oh, #1. Okay. It's a kind of an awkward question because talking about doesn't do shit about. Climate change is one of the biggest things I think that affects us right now. But talking about it, who the hell, what good is talk, right? Climate change is one of the most important things out there. 2, I think it's very important about the security of the nation, and I find that the classified materials that Mar-a-Lago. I think that's a huge issue. I think it's a lot bigger issue than what people realize. That people are not talking about very much. I think Trump should be in prison personally, but because he can't just think things declassified. There's a whole process for that. What?
Even though they collected a lot of stuff off his property, they said it's still declassified stuff, still missing.
Yeah, they haven't found everything. Yeah.
Alexa just arrested you, Steve.
Yeah, Alexa corrects me all the time. Yeah. Alexa, how was your day?
I'm feeling inspired.
She's feeling inspired.
Celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month.
Hispanic Heritage Month was last month. That was September. No, it was September.
If you'd like to listen along too.
Alexa, what month is Hispanic Heritage Month?
National Hispanic Heritage Month begins on September 15th, 2023 and ends on October 15th.
Oh, it goes from... Oh, I didn't know that.
Steve, can you invite Kimmy or whoever keeps commenting into the chat? I'd love to hear their...
Kimamaki
yeah.
Kimamaki doesn't go on panel.
Oh my gosh, my eyes. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, Kimamaki doesn't go on panel. I don't know why.
What does off panel mean? Like,
if a guy needs me, I can leave.
No, we got room for 2 more.
Okay.
But Kimamaki doesn't join panel.
Actually, let's hear from you. Oh, we haven't listened to anything.
Yeah, what can you do to help me get $10 grift tonight? Hey, we got one super
I'm
chat.
having dinner. I'm just listening. I'm with my mouth full.
What are we having for dinner?
I'm having. It's hard to translate to English. It's kind of brisket. You know what brisket is?
I do know brisket is. I love brisket.
Yeah, it's a brisket sandwich.
That sounds good.
I'm not a vegetarian.
I'm getting hungry.
Right?
Yeah.
Now I have some chicken strips I'll make tonight probably now.
Some tendies.
Chicken tendies, yeah. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, I don't feel like cooking all the time, so like I get some frozen stuff. But if I feel like actually making stuff, then I'll make more of a dish with like chicken. I'll make my own sauce.
All right, Tyson, slow down.
I love sauces. I love making sauces. Sauces are, and doing a reduction and making a burgundy sauce or get the roux and then making a bechamel and then making that for the base.
By the way, to all of Steve's guests, I've forewarned him I've been drinking, so.
You think?
Okay.
Hadn't noticed. It's be a good rum and coke night.
It is getting late for me though, so I hope to join you guys next time.
Oh my God! Perfect timing. We got a super
don't
chat.
leave.
No, we got a super chat here coming up here in a second. I gotta. Here we go. Yes, I can end this. I can end it. My grift is complete. Stuart Hamilton, $10. Apparently, I cannot use the G word in super chat, or you can't, or call you what?
The G word in super chat.
God daddy. You can't use the G word in super
Wait,
chat.
I'm really confused.
You can't use God? What?
G word or
call me daddy? You can call me daddy.
Steve, did you block the wrong person?
I haven't done anything. No, super chat. When you super chat, certain words and things are unavailable. You can't do it. It won't let you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what's the word, daddy? You can't call me daddy? What kind of atheist sex cult leader am I if you can't call me daddy?
I'm so lost right now, bro.
Probably God. G word.
Yeah, it says edit and try again. That means it won't accept it. The G word.
Bro, it only took 2 hours, but we got it.
Yes, $5 an hour I earned. What's the word?
That's not bad.
Yeah, for nowadays, it's excellent. Stuart, what's the word? I don't know what words you're trying to do.
Steve, we need you for another hour. See?
Gay, maybe gay. God or gay.
Okay, well, gay shouldn't be. Why is that banned? Gay is not.
Gay's not bad.
Yeah, why would
God?
Gay would be one of the words. Yeah, gay
Yeah.
would be one of the words you want to be abnormalized, right? You don't want gay to be sounding offensive.
Yeah.
Now, personally, to me, like I won't
Steve,
say the word,
I'm not gay.
Yes, you are. the way you hit on me that one night that we won't talk about.
Listen, you know how we don't talk about that.
That one night we don't talk about.
We don't talk about that.
Oh, but we do now.
My boss is going to kill me tomorrow.
Yeah, this is going right to HR. Stuart, thank you for the super chat. I can actually call my grift complete tonight. Thank you. $10. Woo!
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Stuart.
So tomorrow I should try for $12. Should I try for $12 tomorrow, or should I go down?
Steve, we're going for a full 20. I'm your business manager from now on.
I'll be here till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
You'll be here all night if it's up to me because I love talking to you.
Yeah, we got to end this soon. I made my grift. So at least when I accept my award, I can say, look, I had a grifting. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I'm going to spend it on drinks tomorrow anyways, probably. We gotta have a rum and coke night. I gotta buy alcohol. What do I get?
Steve, why don't you rename it Tequila and
Tums?
Yeah, Tequila and Tums. Dude, who came up with that?
Since I'm going shopping tomorrow because I gotta get compressed air and some other stuff tomorrow. I got a $10 super chat that I might be able to like go use, buy some alcohol for a rum and coke night. But what alcohol should I get?
Rum and coke.
Rum.
Boy, you guys are not very creative.
Rum or either Hennessy.
Hennessy's good. I like Hennessy.
I'll try it, even though I don't like them. I'll try it again.
Well, you like Cavassier.
I like Cavassier.
Well, what's the difference between Cavassier and Hennessy?
Cavassier is good stuff.
Cavassier's good, but Hennessy's just like a sweeter version, isn't it?
E&J.
E&J. I like E&J because that's where I get my brandy.
I had my
E&J brandy for almost like 10 months. I bought I literally brought E&J brandy when I moved, and that was back in January. That tells you how long that bottle lasted. Yeah, she helped me along with it. I don't drink that much.
Oh, Grey Goose.
I'm not gonna get. I don't like Grey. I don't drink vodka.
It's expensive.
I'm asking what I'm buying for me.
Steve, Steve, can I ask a honest question?
Sure.
I'm gonna raise my hand. Hang on.
Yeah.
Put your hand.
All right.
No.
Dude, I love you.
I don't know where your hands have been.
Hey, I love you, dude. I want to hear your music. Send it to me.
Oh, you guys can, if you just type in Sloshed Monks into Google, all my shit pops up.
Yeah.
That's way too complicated. No, I'm kidding. I got it. No, I definitely will, bro. It was really nice to meet you. Steve, I've got an honest question, and I think everybody can agree with me. How much money would it take to keep you on the air for one more hour?
0. I would do it just because I want to.
I want to know. I want a number. I want a fiscal amount.
Till 3 a.m. Well, 3 hours would be 50 minutes from now. So
yep.
I don't know, $10. I'm the world's worst grifter.
Let's each put in $5 right now.
Logic Only Zone is broke.
Wait,
dick.
Steve, to be fair, I can't put in money while I'm on this chat because it keeps kicking me out when I try to give you money.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I kept having you add me back in.
Do I look like I'm broke? Do I have that?
No.
Hang on. Unless you throw him 20. Unless you throw him 20 right now and shut down all these haters, I think you're broke.
Wait, Logic Only Zone. He actually looks.
I'm not going to be bullied by you.
Listen, I'm not bullying.
Dude, you look like you have a 401k.
Dude, I love this guy. I love this guy.
Logic Overload Zone looks like he's got like multiple investments.
Logic Overload is the man.
Yeah. 6 diverse, portfolios.
He's actually very down to earth.
Yeah, he's got a guy that wake up in the morning and go, "Oh, IBM went up 3 points today."
He's actually very down to earth.
12 or 2 because I can. So.
Yeah.
I just thought of something.
Very down to earth guy. Very cool.
Yeah, some people like
Scotch.
Me.
I like
people,
Scotch. She said, "Give me Scotch."
Me,
Yeah.
Some people hate you.
Yeah, some people hate. Can you?
How do they hate you, dude?
Yeah. We all, back in the day that we all had people.
You've been brutally honest with every topic we've had.
Yeah, well, that's why people don't like him.
Yeah,
he's like me. We are direct, and then we've got so much shit for
you're both very direct, and you've put me down. Well, you've shot me down like 2 times. I'm like, all right.
I'm sorry.
Logic and I, we never had a disagreement though that I'm aware of. Sure, we may not have had.
Steve. Now I'm just jealous. Now I'm jealous.
Why? Be jealous. Be jealous if it's perfect.
I'm kidding.
Mustache. Look at that shit, man. It's like Jesus. That's me like 30 years ago. When I had my hair colored. It was all colored in. But nope.
Honestly, we've had a really good time, dude.
Take off your hat real quick. How groomed are you? I bet you have like a fade.
Oh yeah, I just shave it right off.
Okay. Yeah. See, look at that. Yeah. That's gorgeous. I love that. I was going to do the same thing, but somebody talked me out of it.
Do you play live?
I took a year off because of COVID. All my shows got fucked. So, but we took a year off. I did a bunch of solo work. So I have tons of music I've been making. So I play punk rock music. Stick it to the man.
Hey, you know what? First of all, we might be making a match right here. Stuart thinks you're adorable.
Oh. Ooh,
whoa!
nice.
Yeah.
Wow!
It's not really my thing. It's
Don't knock it till you try it. Maybe you don't know. Open up a whole.
Socially, kind of like I much rather spend my time with men, but sexually, of course, I'm into women. So.
It's funny because when I went out ages ago, I guess because it was my birthday. That's the night that I got my head all jacked up because I fell. And I have a friend of mine, a really great friend of mine, who's gayer than shit, and I just love this dude. And he was out there and he had a bunch of gay friends, and I was just chatting them all up, because I was having fun. And I swear to God, one of the guys, this is a true story. One of the guys told my friend, he's like, "Hey, I'm going to take him home tonight." And my friend was like, "Oh, good luck with that." He's like, no. He's like, "You can try, and I won't stop you if he says yes, but good luck with that."
This stays between us, but that happened to me with 3.
And I was rolling. I was so funny because I ran into the guy the next day too, and it was we laughed about it. But I was like, yeah, no offense, zero shot, but I'm flattered. But it was freaking hilarious because he's my friends telling him like, no, Steve's straight, but he's having fun. Because I was like telling the guy, I was like, dude, if I was gay,
no, Stuart has been awesome. Stuart, thank you.
I was a good-looking guy. I was flattered. Why would I not be?
I have played live in some queer bars before, though, so. I like the crowd. I have a great time. Absolutely. And in many ways, I have a lot more fun with that scene and those folks than, a bunch of lamos at a straight club or whatever. So
what the fuck? Wait. What are you saying here?
I think you made his night, Stuart. Thank you. I think you made his night. Yes.
Stuart's the man. Good night.
So. Thank you very much, Stuart. That's funny. April says, "Fun stream, but I'm sleepy. Good night." It's so funny. I keep on saying the other night.
Wake up, April.
I'm only gonna do like 90-minute streams, 2 hours max. My last stream was 3 hours. So maybe I should say 3 hours is my max.
All right, we're going, Steve. We're going 3 hours. We're gonna make you tons of money.
He's a bigger grifter than me, man. He used to be on the Grifties.
Steve, I retired.
Wait, I want to know. Are you listening to this? What are you watching?
I do think I should rest
TikTok.
because I have some projects I want to do before I go to bed.
Yeah, I gotta get going too. I gotta work on some stuff, and I got to get up early tomorrow because I gotta go. Like I said, I gotta take the bus to go shopping because I gotta get some crisp fresh air. I postponed it long enough. I said tomorrow's the day I gotta take care of a few errands. I'm gonna get up at 9 o'clock to do it. So we'll call it a night. I made my 10. I'm happy. That was my goal.
Steve, I had more questions.
Tomorrow night, I'll be back. I swear, I'll be back this week. I promise.
I get lonely.
Welcome to the rest of us. Yeah. No, you know what? I don't get much.
Keep yourself busy.
I got the best roommate of all time. I can't get lonely.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. She badass. But she's watching TikTok. She's not even watching this. She's watching TikTok.
No.
Oh no.
Hey, would you guys like this?
My daughter.
Just people have this big old thing with Applebee's, and she picks up women at Applebee's. They think that I do, and I never did.
Hey, they pick up on me.
No, okay, well, yeah, they pick up on her, whatever. We should go to Applebee's and have a live stream.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Would that be fun?
Yeah.
Would you guys watch on the outside chat if we had a live stream from Applebee's? I've done it before at bars.
I definitely would.
Yeah, that'd be actually fun.
Sure.
Because this weird LARP was like, Steve goes to Applebee's and finds strange women to sit down next to while they're eating dinner because that works. It's like,
Applebee's. That's where all the straight folk go. That's
really.
That's where it's going on, man.
I've never.
Well, I thought it was Panera Bread. I was way off.
I like Applebee's. Don't get me wrong. I go chill. I might have a dinner there. I know one of the bartenders and one of the girl bartenders. But I mean, have a drink or two, then I go home. But I've never met anybody there ever. It's not much of a pickup place. It's just, I happen to be one of those weird people that actually like the food, the drink. But
well, Steve, I love you. Thanks for having me on, and it's an honor.
I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. This was fun. Logic Zone. Keep in touch, man.
Good to
Drop
see you,
by
man.
more often. Like I said, I'm probably gonna be streaming more often, just like this. And then I got some other things I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be doing reviews, and I still got the Not Sequitur show on Friday. We're doing a Flat Earth this Friday. With I don't know if Bev is gonna show up or we're gonna talk about him. I don't know if you guys know who Bev Try Thinking is, but he's just an idiot. I love to talk about how I talk about my guest. Yeah, he's just an idiot that we're gonna have on the show because he's a flat earther. I don't know how else. Think of a better adjective, man.
Just some weirdo crazy guy. Hey,
right?
Why not?
Yeah, I love that.
Down.
Yeah,
Come on
Topic
down.
Thunder barroom stream was way entertaining. I thank you for that. Again, I miss doing that stuff. I've been so wrapped up with stupid things, and I so when I do stream, I just want to have fun and laugh, and make $10. If I can make $10 a stream, it's all worth it, right? Because these people making $500 a stream, $1,000 a stream, $50 a stream. If I make $10 a stream, I'm like mission accomplished. I'm happy as hell. I'm not in it to freaking retire off YouTube. It's just $10 is $10. I use it for alcohol or something. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I am gonna end the stream and the StreamYards. So I won't be here after the thing comes out because I'm going to bed. I think I want to get up early. So good night, guys. Thank you very much, Stuart. Thank you for making the grift tonight. Big slow clap for him. Thank you.
Good job, Stuart.
Woo-hoo! Good night.
Woo!